what part of the globe was going on? Did you vote? All this stuff going on. So much controversy. That shit crazy. Y'all see the Democrats is turning on Donald Trump now. They about they got there going. I'm telling you, it's something gonna pop off with Donald Trump with his um I don't think his job is secure now because he's doing a lot of shit that's anti-American, in my opinion. G, what's up with you? What's up with you, G? What's going on? Donald Trump doing so much right now, fam. He doing so much and he's doing nothing to empower Americans. He's causing disunion. You've been up 24 hours, G. What you been doing up 24 hours and what you on? 24 hours, you got to be about to be about to break down mentally. Smash that like it's three of y'all in here, man. As you come in, can you double tap the stream? Okay, you just did a 12. And what kind of work do you do, G? Because if you did a 12, they're sitting down at a kiosk or some kind of cubicle, you might be good. But what kind of work do you do? It's a salute for having the fortitude to get your paper. 12 hours, that's a long time. Okay, tool and die. Okay, get that money, man. So you punching shit out. That's what it is. So is it sitting down? Do they give you a bench to work off of, or you standing up? You standing up. You know what I mean? Smash that like and shout out all my American hard workers. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, that's what it is. You make the molds. Damn. So you've been up just parlaying. Does it take a toll on your vision? Does some of that? Because I know some of the like welding and stuff, it takes a toll on some people's vision. Kyle Rob, good morning. How you doing this morning, Rob? What's up with you, family? Rob, how's the OG and moms and the daughter doing? How everybody doing, family? Sending nothing but blessings. Getting ready for the summer on this side of things. Plenty play parks and my kids gonna be out. You know, I got little kids too. I got a little children. Okay. Oh, see what I'm saying, G? You gotta make. So what's your job? To monitor the machine? See what I'm saying? We got to make sure we find a niche in these corporations that's AI proof though. Okay, okay, okay. Be careful that machine don't teach itself how to do it. Mom, salute my G. Salute greatly. You know what I mean, affected by that because I'm a mama's boy myself. And you just told me mom's was going through something like a couple of days ago. Um, that's crazy. Ain't nothing but love for you, homie. You know what I mean? Sending them blessings, man. I'm a mama's boy too. I know how that would affect me. Damn. Keep your head up, Rob. Damn. For sure. I'm gonna do it for you. I just finished talking to my mama. Before I did all of this, I called mama. You know I'm a mama's boy. My mom's called me. We called each other every day. No matter where I was at on the planet, where if it was behind 50 doors with locks on them, I still was able to reach out to mama and she was gonna be there. One time I was in correctional facilities, just had got nabbed, and I heard my mama within feet away from me behind another door asking, was her son there? And they said, well, we'll release it to him if he ain't got no holes, but I had a hole. But I still, you know what I mean, had it in my heart that mama was there. Mama been through so much. I wouldn't even be here talking to y'all right now if it wasn't for mama. You know? So I pumped that dear mama for you today, my G. That's right, Rob. What they doing snitching? What they doing snitching? Because the shit they say Poetic Flacco said that he did kill that guy at that stand. They said that ain't happened. They said ain't happy in some shit like some DP type of shit going on. I don't understand it all. It all gets, you know what I mean? But yeah, Rob, once again, salute. You lost moms, man. Moms, you know what I mean, with you now. Should be with you. Okay, so the machine prints it out and you assemble it, G. Okay. That is a loser, Chuck, over a gangbanger DP. So did he kill the gangbanger? Because they say I heard they say maybe he was there. So they I guess because you know now they'll put a motherfucking gang injunction on all of them that hang around and shit. That's crazy. Man. Smash that light. Ah, his head shaped like a football. And Hefe, man, I like that song when he say 5 bills will get you whacked. That's my shit. Man, he do got a football head. What you think about the Adrian Bronner um and the young boy Dean the Great? Dean the Great can fight too. I watched one of his matches. I mean, Dean do got a little squabble with him. But what you think about the Adrian Bronner, Dean the Great stuff? When they everybody heard that Adrian Bronner maybe crossed Dean the Great on $1,000, everybody was like Dean the Great, and they were over. They was like, yes. Everybody wanted their downfall, but I think them two niggas is the next Lauren Hardy. You know what I mean? The next kid to play. They are funny as fuck together, and they are establishing a bond. They act weird though, Rob, don't they? They act a little suspect, but they boxers. They used to being in, that's what I told you about those sports people, but they weird because Adrian Bronner is, I mean, he making that show, man. But they weird because it seemed a little suspect to me. They be dressing like and all that, but I mean, it was 750, I think, but does been getting over in AB. Yeah, he getting over AB. They say he making 100,000 a motherfucking month. And his shit wasn't popping before AB was up there. But you know, AB been sus. When him and Tank used to hang out together, remember when AB was smaller, they used to be dancing and all that shit together and all that. I guess boxers are sus anyway. You know what I mean? That's why I tell y'all, gay people don't try to run up on a gay person. You might run up on one of them ex boxers that he just this. You know what I mean? Hard to explain, brother. What I deal with costs around 35,000 a single head. These essentially 11 lines, and each line has from 420 heads in one machine. Okay, but what is it? The electrical cables that they run under the water. Is it because I had worked in a wire it wasn't a factory, it was at a wire company one day, you know what I mean, and it was through the temp service probably about 15 years ago through the temp service. And what was so crazy about it is all of the fucking people that was working there seemed like the feds because they was constantly asking us a bunch of shit about what's going on in the you know what I mean, in the hoods and shit. It was a black dude and they're telling every motherfucking thing. But what they do is with all this stuff with the when they trying to find out something, they work your ass to death and ask you questions while you working. Okay, thermoplastic. Okay, that's what it is. But yeah, everybody was so happy when they thought Adrian Bronner and okay, okay, okay. It's sort of like it ain't General Foam, is it? General Forms. Because it was a company called General Farm in this area. Matter of fact, it's like with this rate over, it's right there at the corner. It'd be called General Farm. They had a whole industrial complex over here where they made Christmas trees, plastic swimming pools, the Christmas ornaments, anything with plastic cups, trays. They made all of that shit. They shut down now, and now it's a Walmart over there, Wawa. And on the other side is a new trucking warehouse, but they gone now. Smash that like. It's now they all in here, man. Double tap the stream. Let's get them, you know what I mean, likes up, man. Let's get them up. Smash that light, dog. They imploding on Trump though. The Republicans turning on his ass. Chuck, that motherfucking Dean the Great and AB. A lot of people say that they sus, man. They act suspect, but you know that's just like motherfuckers that used to hitting each other, used to playing like that. Majority of the contracts we hold are through hair companies, food companies, and hygiene companies. Okay, okay, okay. So y'all do a lot of toothbrush holders, plastic hair brushes, or the hair comb shits that clamp in. Okay, trays and stuff. Okay, yeah, it's one of those companies in this area. They employed a lot of people. Now the biggest employer that ain't a replenishment center like Amazon or one of those spots, the biggest is Steel. Y'all ever heard of Steel? That make the chainsaws and all that. They have it's almost damn near you can walk on, but they got a good pay over there. But they have a warehouse in this area. And some jobs is just putting the extra nuts and bolts in the bag and selling it up. Shh, shh, you know what I mean? Assembly line to actually making the blades for the chainsaws. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That ain't through Bob Barker, is it? And not the Bob Barker from Price is Right. Bob Barker from North Carolina, the politician that owns all those. He makes all the toothbrushes, sandals, and all the jail stuff the jail people be having. A lot of people try to attribute that to Bob Barker from the Price is Right fame, but that's not him. Yo, Nightbot just dropped the cash out too. And what I'm trying to do with that dollar that y'all donate today, so everybody get over there and donate a dollar to the Black Money Trust, to Black Money Trust. What I'm trying to do with this dollar now, I'm trying to fan fund one of those e-bikes. You know what I mean? So if you support the BMC, let me get that dollar. It's just a dollar, and the cash app is posted right now. They can't do the super chat, but I'm trying to fan fund one of those e-bikes. So when this weather get popping again, maybe get out there. You know what I mean? In it. Okay, the company. So they well, that's what a lot of these companies that'll end up doing, selling to America. That's what Donald Trump claimed, didn't he? That everybody was coming over here, coming back here. I ain't seen them yet. I used to work in a warehouse for a Australian guy that was worth millions, and he didn't make the millions. He married into them, and guess what his name was? His last name was Twit. I used to be like, yeah, he comes from some dumb motherfuckers because he's from Australia, and more likely, most of the time, their name is like European names, blacksmith. Black or Smith would have been somebody that for at the forge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they won. You ain't hear about that. You don't negotiate with losers. You know what I'm saying? You don't negotiate with losers. They won, and now they're getting a chance to. I thought they already had the lock on the Strait of Hormuz. They're gonna be able to set the price on how much you got to pay to come through there, sort of like how Panama does, and the United States was doing before they gave it back to Panama, and now Panama got China doing it. Is a certain, you know what I mean, a gratuity that you got to pay to come through this territory. So yeah, they won. Okay, you said you didn't vote for it. Valentino, you said you ain't vote for it. And Valentino and All Deaf Leopard. What's your favorite Def Leopard? Hey, can y'all get over there and turn on the notifications? So when we do have these dope conversations, you can know when it's popping and get over here and show that support. And also, you know what I mean, double tap that stream. Let's get them likes up to over 100, man. There's 21 people in here. That's free. The one Americans always like free shit, I thought. Seemingly, know what I mean, paying all these high grocery gas prices and got y'all amalgamated to just pay, pay, pay. This shit free. It's free to double tap the stream, fam. Ty Raw, why you laughing at Def Leopard? Hey, that's the name of the group. Am I saying it wrong? Ain't this Def Leopard? But that's in the name. Look at the name. It's got to be all Def Lep. Yeah, Def Leppard. Smash that like. Make sure y'all take the poll as you come in. Yeah, you ain't never listen to no Def Leppard, Rob. Come on now. Come on now. From what he, from what I've heard is that they're offering insurance to vessels that want to pass. From what I've seen, financial analysts said they already cracked Iran's crypto safe. Right, but Iran old school with it. I bet you those Muslim models are dealing in gold, silver, and I mean precious metals. I bet you they ain't dumb enough to put no money, too much interest in no crypto money. Okay, okay. Rob, tell me you didn't have the jean jacket with the t-shirt cut out and the safety pins with the Def Leppard, or my favorite joint when I used to see the white boys with the Iron Maiden on the back of their jacket. You know they was on some shit, and they had the good weed. That with you catch a motherfucker with either in a black trench coat when we was young, or a black trench coat and a skateboard, or with one of them jean jackets on. Maybe even had the sleeves cut off, but the Iron Maiden on the back of that shit. What was that Iron Maiden? They had a joint called. Didn't they have a joint called Iron Man? You say you didn't. Okay. Then Iron Maiden have a song called Iron Man. What's the song that the Road Warriors used to come in on? What was that? They come out there and whoop your ass. What was that song? Smashed it like I remember rock and roll was heavily and heavy metal, all that shit was heavy in wrestling at one time. Remember the Freebirds, all of them used to come out on some kind of smash that like 26 of y'all in here, man. Let's get them likes up, man. It's free, dude. Trump said he doesn't think about America's finances. He's focused on a nuclear. That's crazy, ain't it? See, CJ, so it's safe to say you didn't vote for it. And what about this stuff with the this slush fund he has to reimburse the January 6 people? Are you in agreements with that? You think they need some money? Why do they need money? That's it crazy. And then one of them is trying to get $6 million out of it. That dude that was the head of the Proud Boys, he got away with a bunch of time back in the streets, and he Puerto Rican or some shit running a goddamn white supremacist group. He said he wants $7-8 million out that fund. That's crazy. Why do they need restitution? Trump saying it took away from their families and their money by being locked. What the fuck? That's crazy. You don't get paid for busting the window at your neighbor's house. You have to pay for it. These people are terrible. They should be paying restitution for turning up all them goddamn tables, busting all that shit up. You know what I'm saying? The fucking psychological trauma that caused on the police, because that's crazy when you see a bunch of Americans rushing at you and all your job is to do is to secure their well-being at the Capitol building. You see a bunch of them rushing at you. That shit crazy, ain't it, Rob? I was a Trump supporter. So how many times did you vote for Trump, CJ? And now, since you're not a supporter, do you see the error in his ways that you're not you fell from out of his gaze? Black Sabbath. Okay. Black Sabbath. That's Ozzy Osbourne in them, right? Ozzy Osbourne got big headed. He did the John Lennon shit. He went motherfucking dolo solo on their ass after all eating all them damn bats. You think he was eating a real bat? Yeah, Iron Man. I said that every time. Oh yeah, yeah. Black Sabbath. You said Black Sabbath was the shit. What about White Snake? Smash that light. But CJ, so now that you're not a supporter and you can stand back and look at what's going on. First of all, did you consider yourself MAGA? So and now that you can see what Trump doing, do you see anything wrong with the stuff he doing? I know you say that when he made the statement that he doesn't care about Americans' financial situation, our financial pains. But now, do you see the error in his ways? Okay, not no white snake. I like the red hot chili peppers though. Anthony Kiedis and Flea and them. They do their thing. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, give it away, give it away, give it away now. That shit. Let me see. Blind Melon had a dope one. Absolutely. Till I realized that they are a part of the same bird, right? Right, CJ, you realize that shit, Trump, all of them working together. That's why ain't nobody bucking on them. Yeah, Chili Peppers hard as a weird. Hey, did you see what's the one Flea? He just did he remade a song that was pumping in the black community as a vocal. He was playing it with the horn. Oh, Flea. It looked like he had some kind of recovery too. I ain't see Anthony Kiedis nowhere, but Flea. And then I see him doing one with his kids. Smash that light. I don't know. You said the percentages went down. Yeah, they do. Because because the variant changed. If you was number 20 and it was 19 people, when you take the poll, it changes you know what I mean? Smash that like, make sure y'all take the poll. I voted for I voted to have a country so that I could pay the high prices. Iran is for real, America. Jewel, are you just joking? So you voted to pay for the high prices and all that? That's what you want. You want to pay $13 for a carton of eggs and all that stuff. That's some people just be a freak for pain. I understand it, but I don't understand it. But now, like James Claiborne, what's going on? You said no, you didn't vote for it. Well, he doesn't have control over gas prices. What he does affects them, just like he don't have control over the dollar. But what he does affects the gas prices. Do you understand that? What's going on, Sassimo? What's up, player? What's up with you? It's prison rules. They want us divided. Republicans versus Democrats. We just can't fall for it. It's really civilian versus elites. It's civilian versus elites, but that ain't no prison rules. Prison rules is whites against blacks, bloods against Crips, GDs versus BDs, and so on and so forth. Like Anime versus the Black Gorilla family. Out here in the real world, it's real versus fake, reality versus, you know what I mean, virtual reality. You know what I mean? It ain't no Democratic versus Democrat because they all on the same team. No prison rules. That's American rules. It's always been divided. Have you seen the drinking water from those data centers? Dark brown? Wow. So after these data centers, all the drinking water that's around all these data centers is turning brown. Oh my God. Yeah, but you know what's so crazy? That's on TV when they show you the vision in prison. Sometimes it's just, you know what I mean, going to what you know. You know what I mean? You wouldn't hang out with a bunch of white people in the streets. So the streets is no less just like prison. You just, you know what I mean, confined to a certain area you hang out and then they, you know what I'm saying? But because a lot of people got it twisted. Both of them give us inflation using Democrats and Republicans. Okay? It's pumping in people's homes. We have to use the bath and do wow. And that's crazy too. Are they saying there's gonna be some kind of concessions or they saying it's perfectly safe? Because y'all know, look, you can tell they doing something with the water because they upgrading the plumbing system in all these communities. You see a bunch of pipes everywhere where they doing all this work on upgrading the system. I guess to get more water pumped to the you said you ain't vote for it, Pedro. What did you vote for, Pedro? Bill Clinton left office with a $3 billion surplus. Obama lowered the deficit. When Bill Clinton left, that's when all the Desert Storm started around '95, and that's when they really got transfixed with the American private prison shit too in 95 because a lot of them governors stopped the parole shit in these states. Chilling Joe Balls, what's going on with you lunching out? I think the elites is ready to get rid of this civilization and start over. I'm telling you, probably because of data centers messing with water and electricity. Right? George Bush Senior did, but George Bush Jr. You know what I mean? He got back at it. You know what I mean? I want my daddy's records. Trump is only president to have a net worth go down. Shit. What's crazy, man, is they say the IRS say they can't get up in his finances, so he could hide anything now. They want you to tell them every cash app you get, every fucking, I mean, Zeal, every PayPal. Now Donald Trump has gotten his shit that you can't fuck with it. Sassimo says they're not going to fix it. It's about stealing that clean water for the data center, not the people. Right. So they can get the pure water and oh man, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that water too. I think Obama do need a new term, a second term. I mean, a third term. I mean, a second term. Lucky dog. All the left just keep making more and more money. Everybody keep making more and more money that's invested in that shit. I want my daddy's records. Ah! You know that really happened, right, Rob? With Lead Belly. Remember the singer that had all his music got stolen too, for real. That Black Betty, Bam Lamb, Black Betty, Bam Lamb, Black Betty, Bam Lamb. That shit sang by Ramajam. That used to be on the NFL joint. That's really Black Betty, Bam Lamb, Black Betty, Bam Lamb. Oh, Black Betty, Bam Lamb, Black Betty had a baby, Bam Lamb, and the baby was blind. Bam a lamb and it won't none of mine. Oh, Black Betty, Black Betty, Black Betty. That joint and that Irene, where did you sleep last night? From Wayne Newton. All that shit was jacked from Lead Belly. Lead Belly had so many songs that he was putting them in the you sang the hook, and then okay, you sang the intro, then you hit your 16, then you sang the hook, then you sang. I mean, he the one who first started putting money. I mean, putting songs into form like that. America loves Obama. Yep, I would say that. No such thing as side. Yep, stop picking labels. And I mean, yeah, Bush always been the quiet one, but do you know he might have got been the one that put the Mexican in the White House because his son George Bush III is half Hispanic by way of his wife that's Mexican. Oh, jail. His son, I think his son is he's working for civil service. I don't know if it's a political appointment, but I know he is working for civil service. Not this America, MAGA. Obama lowered the deficit. We're not gonna sit here and talk about what Obama did and Trump did all day. What we gonna do? You know what I mean? The past is the past. Then your old girlfriend tell you that when she put the motherfucking stalking charge on you. The past is the past, Harold. Smash that like Obama led the race to gay rights and marriage. He did. He did. See what I'm saying, Rob? That's the shit I didn't understand. I don't have anything to do with the gays getting their rights though, LGB, because you know what I mean. Everybody has one in their family or knows one, or they cool until you know what I mean. Just like anybody else, you know what I mean. It's integrity that I look for, but the LGBTQ plus group, I didn't understand them. They were different from the LGB, and y'all know it. Smash that like. That's the elite version of it. Sort of like it's Black Lives Matter, and then it was Black Lives Matter, whatever area code. The Black Lives Matter, whatever area code was really the Black Lives Matter. The other Black Lives Matters was the LGBTQ getting money off of black people's pain. You know what I mean? It ain't had nothing to do with the LGB. Because I know some LGBs, and none of them was really, I mean, the LGBTQ is a war chest. and has a war chest. Yep. Before Julius Caesar, if everybody that think they are 300, the 300 was based off of homosexuality. The those Spartan soldiers, the young Hippolytes will be associated and paired up with an older Hippolyte, and they will serve as the shield bearer, the cleaner of the weapons, and at night the human blanket. And that was supposed to be to install that camaraderie. So, god damn, you know what I'm saying? Just do your history on the 300 for all y'all motherfuckers that put them in lights. Know that, you know what I mean? If you ain't in support of it, you will support it every time you yell, Spartans! You know what I'm saying? Smash that light. Ain't no wrong with being people that MAGAs chill for gay. Somebody said that. Democrats give you deflation. Man, the black minds food and got rich off of blacks. Not off of blacks because they got rich off of promoting the pain of blacks, but blacks didn't support that shit. Blacks were the face of it. It's like selling bootleg tapes. They got rich off of selling a bootleg. All they was doing was selling the hashtag and what comes behind it, the Black Lives Matter our plight. A lot of rich white people and people all over the world donated to that fund. Black people didn't donate shit. They were just the face of it and didn't get none of the money. Can you understand that? Ain't no black people donate no money to Black Lives Matter because we are Black Matter. So what black people's waiting for to get their cut. That's what happened. They didn't no money was taken. All they did was like it's like selling bootlegs, selling Hennessy and not giving Hennessy their cut. That's all that was. If you can understand it, that white people got beat out of their money because white people. That's when white guilt started popping up. White people were donating to the Black Lives Matter because they felt kind of, you know what I mean, like, oh yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did too. I did too. But you know what I'm saying? We didn't lobby for them, so you know what I mean. Democrats lie and are sneaky like a fox. Republicans, man, Democrats and Republicans lie and are sneaky. You said we expected more from Obama, right? Politicians are less taxes, all solve everything, and the band played on, says Curtis Shines. What's going on, Curtis? Okay, yeah, Sassy Mo. He got, and you know, y'all know one thing Obama did do that I don't like. Obama went down to Jamaica and he went after the shower posse. Dude send them. He went after the shower posse, the Don. For what? He went and tore Jamaica up and it killed all these people in Kingston, back a wall. You know what I mean? That shit crazy. And that's the only thing that I didn't like that he was with that. Because y'all notice they used Obama for a lot of other to clean up a lot of different shit. He also was on the Obama on the Bin Laden hit. Okay, he was on the Bin Laden hit. He was on the joint with the you know, he did the shit with the LGBTQ. I mean, not only he let the lesbian gay people do their thing, he allowed the trans people that we not the trannies, the elite peoples to let their trans kids go against our little daughters and shit in sports. That's crazy. Malcolm X said you can't trust either. But you hear we are cheering for Dems like it's a football game. I don't hear anybody cheering for Dems. All politicians suck. But you can't listen to Malcolm X. Malcolm X left black people. He would have never came back to black nationalism. He would have been what y'all consider a terrorist right now. Muslims, right? He turned into a Sunni Muslim. So that's crazy how y'all come and be like, Malcolm X, but you'll say, and Iran is a terrorist state because Muslims are all bad. Muhammad married a 9-year-old. Malcolm X was praising the words of Muhammad that he got from God. He took his shahada, you know that, right? He walked around the Kaaba, he went and drank the water from the Zimzim and the well of Zimzim and threw the pebbles and shit and had the white on. Malcolm X did that. He turned his name into El Shabazz Hajj, meaning he took his shahada. So would y'all have looked at Malcolm X as a terrorist now? Because now it seems like nobody's it was Iran is bad. They're Muslims. Are y'all at war with Islam or you at war with Iran or supporting the war with Iran? Because Americans ain't choose to go to war with Iran. Won't none of y'all think about Iran? That's like won't none of y'all thinking about getting no illegals out of here before Trump turned it up. Maybe Obama and them got a lot out, but it was doing undercover. Trump got motherfuckers running down the street, running from Home Depot and running up and shit. You know what I'm saying? He also went secretly to Antarctic for the big secret sermon with whoever the Russian transported from Saudi Arabia down there with all the other world leaders. Oh yeah, big business billionaire. They run the world and the government. They just get illusions, right? Islam is a satanic religion. Man, somebody somewhere saying that Christianity is a satanic religion. Stop trying to weaponize your fucking feelings on Islam. Repent because you are a, you know what I mean, tunnel vision Christian. Stop trying to weaponize somebody else's religion. That's how white people do it with black people. That's how black people do it with white people. We'll um dehumanize something they doing. We'll make it seem like it ain't shit. And then come back and say what we about, you know what I mean? We'll say yada yada yada. Black people, white people, everybody will get to it. Stop that bullshit, man. Trump ain't no damn grand wizard. No grand wizards ain't shit. They ain't nothing but the fucking Boy Scout leader or the pharmacist in your town or your your local mayor. That's the grand wizard. Trump on some different shit. The black generation is also wasn't raised in black culture either. Every brother ain't a brother. Right. Who was it lunching out? Malcolm X? Malcolm X was raised in the South, where the black culture was stifled. Or are you talking about Obama? Let me see. Because I didn't see the black Gen X. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, okay. You talking about Obama is Kenyan and didn't do anything. Right, because why should he? We didn't lobby give him no money. They only do shit for people who put money in their pockets. I understand it. You gotta if I'm not wetting my beat. Why are you wetting your beat? You feel me? So I understand it. We did all we did was make a rap song, Young Jeezy, and everybody running around. He is a black man. He wasn't a black man. That's why you notice when he got in office, it was we accepted him because he's a member of the black culture, but we didn't embrace him as we should have had, even though he didn't do shit for us. We accepted him once he because after we did the shit like after light skin because they don't even fuck with light skin motherfuckers for real in the black culture. Although the NBA is turning light skin. You say I'm not a brother. I'm not your brother. Why you say I'm not a brother, Big B? Let's hear this shit. Religion, political ideology are tools used to divide and conquer the population. Exactly, Sassy. The more you know, the less you can be fooled. People are easily destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right. That mental exercise. Stop trying to get the biceps and you know what I mean work the most important muscle that you have. Yeah, I want to hear Big B. Why am I not a brother? Smash that like. Where you at, Ty Rob, listening to some Def Leppard? Just to show is that's why they got all them basketball teams, all them football teams, to keep you in some kind of fraternal, maternal, paternal. I mean, 50 million will die due to Strait of Hormuz blockade in the next year. Beware. Come on with all that shit, man. I'm trying to live. I don't even want to hear about sympathy. Let them go. You know what I mean? You see the video someone found Michael Jackson and video taped his ass down in South America. Nah, I ain't see that one. You think it's really Michael Jackson? That you know it was an Epstein video floating around, and the dude was in Key West. He had to goddamn on speak up who he was. Exactly. Politics is a well-oiled machine, and it will be around for the next. You know what I mean, until you know what I mean. AI get in office. The president don't control the prices of anything unless they start wars. Well, he don't control the price of nothing, but he affects the price by making moves that you know what I mean that counter it. That's what you got to understand. He does control it by way of if you know if I do this, then the price gonna go up. You see what I'm saying? Man, that nose can be bought. You think all of those Jacksons didn't go to the same person? Michael Jackson got his nose and cheekbones done. Because remember, all of them had the big nose, and all of them came with the little shrimp nose. Yeah, Joe Jackson. I mean, but it happens. Joe Jackson, you know what I mean? Somebody tell me what's Michael Jackson's oldest sister name, and don't Google it. What's Michael Jackson's oldest sister name, and what was the song she had? And she back with the fam. Well, she back with Latoya now. Shit, Michael Jackson paid for it, and the Jacksons or paid for it. Joe Balls and all the little white women them put they don't bullshit me. White folks got all that chopping up shit from Michael Jackson and his peoples, like Little Kim and all out of that 80s. That's when they first start chopping on themselves or stuffing shit in their face. What's that white lady? She like the lion from the goddamn Narnia right now. I forgot her name. Bitch is like the lion from Narnia. War just generates money for those on top. It helps them to manipulate the market, right? For the military infrastructure. I'm telling y'all, if the Senate ain't with Trump and Congress ain't with him, the military is. You understand? Shit, he ain't getting no bad deal. He probably gave that motherfucker a tip because he paid for what he wanted. That's what we got to stop doing, Joe Balls. Because you don't like Michael Jackson's nose, don't mean that he didn't. Sometimes you got to pay for what you want and not worry about what nobody else says. I mean, that's all in thinking for yourself. Stop being a zombie. If you can tell me something that I want for myself is this and that, and I'm not gonna do it, that means I ain't want it that bad. So that's what you know what I mean, Joe. You gotta, you know what I mean, you gotta stop weaponizing your opinion and your thought and just give it. You know what I mean? And take a rebuttal. You got to stop trying to weaponize it as law. You know what I mean? You like the little kids that when they first learn to conversate in the big world and they don't know the value of their words and the power of their words and they be saying shit like your sister will come in and say, "My hair, I just got my hair done." And the little kid will say, "It looks a mess." Knowing, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing the power of your words. Not knowing, Joe. Words, the tongue. That's the most powerful weapon. Smash that like, man. It's 40 of y'all in here and it's 10 likes. And I'm talking to like 30 people. Every last one of y'all, double tap the stream, man. It's free. It's not the electric chair. I'm gonna tell you this. No war. The one of the runoffs of war is money. Just like one of the runoff of mining, maybe gold, silver, or bronze, but it's money. But war is just a part of power. If you don't let your nuts hang every now and then and keep on crushing shit, they might can get powerful and crush your ass. But you probably talking to yourself as you text. You might even be talking to the phone, saying some derogatory shit. BMC, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Trump is just like a mechanic, and he's just stripping America for parts. God damn it. Because he knows his term is right. Because this and he knows he's up in age. A lot of the shit that he passing is not even gonna fucking I mean, only idiots support the rhino Trump. That's what it is, Arctic Adjuster. Resources are money, man. Do you know that? Resource gold is money, silver is money, rare earth minerals is money. You know what I mean, it's currency. It's a commodity that you can trade with. It's trading currency. You understand that? All money ain't the green dollar that they showed you. Cowrie shells was money at one time. Okay? It's the barter system. Right, G. I don't know if fire is a resource now. Fire is like a discovery. The world in trouble when he started calling shots from the bunker, right? Because he's telling y'all that he done wrapped Iran up. And they're still discussing the particulars on you gonna get this and we gonna get that. And You know what I mean? It seems like Iran coming out with the better end of the stick because was they charging people for the Strait of Hormuz before all of this? That means they coming out on the better end of the stick. Look at the black gem. You left a letter out, dummy. You know what I'm saying? You came in. See what I'm saying? Goofies be talking shit with experience and research. Right. It was with no experience in the research, dummy. Oh yeah, but people kill other people for it back in the day, I'm sure. The worst part of it, people are killing people for it now. He's talking about back in the day. But it's not a resource that can be sold unless you buy like an oven or something like that. They can't corner the market on fire unless they make it rain everywhere. You see what I'm saying? All a resource is something they can corner the market on. Right. It's helping them get their money up. So and it's making us look weak. It's making us look, I mean, unprepared, looking like a puppet. So many things that none of them are good. Looking like the bully, public enemy number one, so many things. But Iran, they sat back. Everybody's they're Muslims. Are you at war with Iran or are you at war with Muslims? Okay, because Muslims is 1/3 of the world on these the European ass religions. Iran ain't about to get robbed by China and America because China just whispered in Russia ear something. You know what I mean? That made Trump do a lot of motherfucking refiguring shit yesterday. See, y'all don't be peeping the peep. Trump um started doing a bunch of other shit yesterday, right after uh the dude had Trump over there. Then the next day he had Putin. What kind of floozy shit is that? Okay, see what I'm saying, Sassy? Iran about to get so the Iran win. They got a fucking toll booth. They came in the game. It was, you know what I mean, probably persona non grata, send a little motherfucking send some hoosties over there to you know what I mean, rabble rouse and get some money out of them, shake them up. Now it's gonna be official. So who lost? How is it black people are responsible 55% of murdering population, then keep their mind that maybe one of them laid? First of all, you're fired. Coming in here with that bullshit. This ain't no motherfucking race war right here. This is trying to help Americans. So number one, you're fired. And when you come back with your new Gmail, make sure you have your facts right. Black people ain't committing no crimes no more. We getting money. You know what I mean? We ain't committing no more crimes. All right. Now everybody got to pay the pass, and they got to pay Iran, right? So who's winning? Y'all attacked us and did y'all thing, but now I'm able to set up a toll booth and charge all y'all motherfuckers. Because even if they getting a penny off of it from each ship, is a penny they didn't have last year. I told y'all as a new world order, and they probably letting Iran get that toll. That's probably a geopolitical thing that they agreeing to give Iran that thing because they stuck in there with United States and kept their head up and kept sending their drones fighting back. And Cuba gonna do the same thing because they say Cuba got the same drones that Iran has. I keep wanting to know how did Cuba buy some fucking drones if they have been blackballed all these years? Where they get the money to buy 300 high tech drones? Right? See, that's more. So who won? You don't whoop nobody ass and then let them charge people to get through the pass. So who won? Who really won? See, we get what you know what I mean. The media tells us about the shit. The media probably don't even know. Know what I mean, for all day we was. They probably ain't even there. Sympathy over domination has to be the narrative. You making excuses, cuz. Nah, this America. You know, if Americans can motherfucking put your lights out, they gonna put your lights out. All of them study that. You know what I mean? When you got an enemy down, crush them shit. Maybe they ain't never get them down. So what's up now? Did you go to China like you say you was? If this who I think it is, did you go to China like you say you was? Yep, that's you. You got a Korean. You got a Korean name. What the fuck going on? What's up with you? You change your name to Korean shit and damn. Smash that like y'all. My boy Trump finna take over Canada, Greenland, Cuba, Iran, American Empire. You talking so crazy, could bury you. Trump just let Iran set a toll up on his funky ass. United we stand, divided we fall, said super fun. Kabariayu, super fun. Korean, I know who you are. Know what I mean? Oscar, did y'all get over there and support the channel? Turn on the notifications. And we on the road again to 100,000, man. We made a little leeway yesterday, but let's make a greater impact on this 100,000. We upwards to 32,000. We somewhere probably 500 away from 32,000, but we trying to get to 100,000. So that's a lot of motherfucking supporters. Get over there and show that support. Double tap that stream too. In the meanwhile, I can't believe all y'all in here politicking and ain't nobody get it gratuitous. Tap the stream. It's free. It's not the electric chair family. You say I called you shits. Okay. I know who you are. Then weren't you supposed to go to China somewhere? Iranians are in Cuba and they make the drones. They had the Russians deliver them to Cuba. You're not making sense. If the Russians delivered the drones to Cuba, why are Iranians in Cuba making the drones? You say Iranians are in Cuba and they make the drones in Cuba. That's what you're saying? We are now in a sovereign republic, says Victor Santos, ran by a strong man. Trump the Great White Dope. I buy that for $1, Ohio. Trump the Great White Dope. America is filled with people from all over the world. You think they don't love their countries on the other side? Salute, Sassy Mo. That's crazy. That's like they'll tell you if you're mixed, you can only love one side of your family. Like, come on now. Trump is the Great White. Nope. Color is nothing to do with politics. What does the Great White Hope even mean? Sounds racist, right? Wasn't that a boxer? Oh, another good one is Egypt amassing 4,000 troops on Israel border, and it's speculated they're preparing to break the peace treaty and attack. All good. Israel is the strongest ally we got. They can hold. Shit. Cuba, you got a lot of Kabariu. You got a lot, I mean, on your shoulders. Cuba barely have electricity. No drones being made there. Right. But the thing is, they barely got electricity and it caused that run. Who gave them 300 drones? That's for sure, Victor Santos. That it doesn't matter what color you is, they gonna fuck you over. They gonna fuck you over. I'm gonna pin that. Yukon Bob, what's going on with you? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Good morning. What's going on with you, Yukon Bob? What's going on in Alaska? Smash that like, man. Yukon Bob, you're indigenous, native to Alaska, aren't you? You say China looking out for Cuba. Yep. Probably so to say because China got Cuba and Russia got Cuba in the predicament they in with the Bay of Pigs shit. Well, maybe they had put missiles over there. What's going on, Arcane Page? Today's topic is: did you vote for high food and utilities gas prices? That you know what I mean? And we talking about the Republicans imploding on Donald Trump now. A lot of these people that voted for him are imploding on him because of this January 6th slush fund and the ballroom shit. But that January 6th shit is the ultimate slap in the face to MAGA. He didn't even come here and give MAGA check. I know all my MAGA people, I'll send you a check. He specifically pointed out some half of the January 6th people are white supremacists. Y'all are aware of that, right? Like what's going on? And they keep calling it what they calling it restitution. I'm gonna call it. They giving these they trying to give these dudes reparations. Ain't that crazy? That shit they giving them $1 billion reparation fund. Okay, that's what it is, UConn. Because I just looked at your some of your content. Maybe I saw you out there with a smoke snowmobile, and it looked like you was wearing some traditional native I mean well indigenous, you know what I mean, to keep yourself warm. The Iranians, when was they in Venezuela? And all of them was dealing with oil, but you know that Islam is right next door to Venezuela and Guyana. Hezbollah is in Guyana. But what does that matter if they're in Venezuela? Why can't they fuck with each other? You understand? You are it's saying that you want to you ain't no specialist, is you Joe Balls? I'm not even sure, G. And I wouldn't blame them if they did. Okay. I wouldn't blame them if they did. They're not like no damn Nazis. Russians and Iranians are two different kind of people. Russians are coming up off of the Soviet bloc type of activity, so they move kind of militant. And Iranians, depending on who over there, some of them might move Islamic, and some of them are gonna move militant, but they're not gonna move to. I mean, they're not taking over Cuba, and they ain't keeping nobody in check. They're doing business because remember, these two countries are blacklisted and blackballed on some aspect of trade and commodity also. Okay, so be sure anytime you post some content, you can come in here and drop your link. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a blue jacket on you. You con Bob. You a unique one. You damn near what we would call an Eskimo. So what would you call your tribe? Are you Inuit? Inuit? If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I mean. I am nobody, just aware of my situation. Right. I love American. If you don't go live in the country you love, while take care of American business. What's American business? The black Gen X, and you're probably some white guy in fucking Des Moines, Iowa somewhere. You know what I mean? Just because your name says something, that don't mean what it is. Because the shit that you texting, if you are the black Gen X, you suck. But I know you just some white guy in goddamn Paducah. The drone thing with Cuba can get really, really messy as close as they are to America. And Cuba should have been good standing, possibly have been flourishing country, as well as Haiti. Okay, they refused at first, but over 20 hours ago, a report was made saying that they accepted. Man, the United States sent the CIA over there and Rubio and a couple other people, and they put paperwork on 94-year-old Raul goddamn Castro. 94-year-old Raul Castro. So now, of course, they okay, give me the money. Fuck it. So, you know what I mean? And they give the money to him. So when they come back around and ask for it, they ain't got it. That's when they say, we're taking this, we're taking that, and we're gonna go in and get this. You understand what I'm saying? They did that mafia shit. They made them an offer they couldn't refuse. I bet. Yeah, China. And you know what? And all that blockade and all that shit. You see, Trump ain't say shit about that because basically, nobody ain't supposed to be fucking with Cuba. They blackballed. They got black the fuck ball. And now look, y'all notice a lot of small countries are on the world stage, and at the expense of the United States, they getting a lot of prominence. Iran, they look at. I'm telling you, just to show us that Cuba has those drones, and you say Russia or China sent them. You know they probably sent them to Iran too, but it's showing you because you know they fight them proxy type wars as well as we were sending stuff to Ukraine to fight Russia. It's a proxy war. That's how they do it. King Bart, you say Trump is a motherfucker. Cuba still, Cuba will soon be the 51st state. Now the 100 million is a setup, right? You give me this, give me that. Do people know that there are over 500, over 500,000 undocumented Europeans in America that are not being deported? Why not? Because they need them to strengthen the herd. And I always say that. Are they running up in Germantown, Little Italy, Little Odessa? I mean, Hell's Kitchen. Are they running up in Town? Are they running up in them spots? No, you don't hear nothing about that. Nobody's you don't see ICE outside of pizza restaurants trying to get those Sicilians. Know what I mean? That they say the mafia was bringing in illegal. I mean, you don't see because they quiet with it. Remember, half of those people of European descent grandparents came here and never got paperwork because at the time it didn't matter because it was in the first beginning of when they first started giving out the social security cards anyway. So they didn't know who was all here anyway. That's why I try to tell y'all. They said they're sending a lot of them home. For every one person that they send home, it's like 6 or 7 people, if not 10 people, just in the hidden world of America. We got a hidden. I mean, a lot of this shit is hidden. Yes, you pick your plate. Inupalat defines real people of the West Coast or people of the Northwest. Right? Are they those people that what do they call them? The heron people, like not heron, heron, like the bird, Huron, the herons. Because y'all, if y'all know it or not, the Native Americans that's on the West Coast side, they're more Japanese and Asian with their colors and even the way their languages and the totems and stuff is exotic over there. But we'll get the universal Indian that represent all of them. It'll be Chief Running Horse with the feather back his head with the long pigtails, but they'll just put a fucking um parka on them. You know what I mean? But is it like he just named it? The you pick? If I'm depleting the name, desecrating the name, is no disrespect. The Euclid, the Inupaliet. I mean, man, not to mention that they've been discussing, they've been chilling since the '60s. Why now? And to before the Venezuela insurrection and extraction, Russia flew heavy hauling cargo planes to Cuba and into Venezuela. The Russians are setting up a long range. Why now? Missiles ain't even what's popping right now, Joe Balls. They been set up the long range missiles, dude. What are you talking about? That's what the Bay of Pigs was about. How old are you, Joe Balls? I can tell you don't know history. That's why they ain't getting no respect in the first place from the United States, Cuba, that is, because of this shit. Okay, y'all got ties to the Mongol Empire. Okay, that's what it is. Kubla Khan. Smash that like. We don't own Venezuela. You do realize that, right? Donald Trump administration is sticking his nose in Venezuelan business. He's nose in the CIA. We don't own Venezuela, dude. All we doing is fucking with they politics. We don't own those people. That sounds just like you said we too. That shit crazy. Don't say no. You mean you and Donald Trump and the Trump administration, y'all own somebody, we own them. That shit sounds just like some old what you own. That's crazy. I'm black, an American vet. That don't mean shit. It should benefit us as Americans. You are aware of that, right? Not the black community. We got to benefit each other. You feel me? But anything that go on, it should benefit us as Americans. That'll make it more broader that something will affect you. If you keep asking for what black people should get, they ain't gonna give you shit. Haven't you realized that? They're not gonna give black people shit. But what Americans are supposed to get, I can get some of that. They ain't got shit for black people, but what they got for Americans, god damn, how can you refute it? I'm born and raised here. I'm on the books. I'm American. Know what I mean, you got to start understanding that with your good veteran ass. Salute. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They ain't gonna give black people shit. We know that. They giving some motherfucking January 6 niggas reparations. That's what that is. They calling it restitution. It's reparations. Restitution is when you they should be paying restitution because it's like when you break something or you rob somebody, you got to pay them restitution. Know what I mean? Salute. I did some deep research that explains some of our people has the strong Asian looks. Some of us look Russian. I have a cousin who is unique, red, orange hair, blue eyes. Okay. Well, the Russians still make their expansion, and then west. I mean east. The Russians still make along with the Mongolians. You know what I mean? The Siberians is a mixed bag. Some of them are more Mongoloid, and some of them are more Asiatic, and then some of them are the Europeanized ones. People don't know that about Russia too. Russia is more likely like the Chinese and the Koreans than they are like the Europeans. The Don Doctrine, baby. After the World War II, the doctrine keeps our countries out of that part of the world. Okay, yeah, the majority, yeah, Siberia. What's going on, Gator Waiter? What's up with you? Good afternoon. And South Florida has Muskogee and Seminole Indians. And also Mexico has Muskogee and Seminole Indians, the migration. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. Google it. They changed the word, the naming. They changed how you spell it. Muskogee Indians are in Mexico also. But the Muskogee and the Seminole Indians are no less the black indigenous Indians. They changed it and muddled it to fit whatever, you know what I mean, scenario they explaining you what happened down there in Florida. The Geechee Gullah War, some of them call it the Seminole War, some call it. I mean, and they explained that it's some runaway black slaves allegedly linked up with some Native Americans down there. But you notice you don't see a lot of Native Americans down there. When you look for a Seminole, you'll see a little band of them, and they'll have the $5 Indians with them. But when you know what I mean, when you go looking for the Geechee and the Gullah, you see a lot of them off from South Carolina where they got the Yamasee, Savannah, Georgia, where they got the Yamacraw, and then down, like you said, in Florida, where they got the Seminoles and the Muskogee. You know, you don't see a lot of the red ones. You see the black ones though, but you wouldn't understand it because you so used to thinking that the black people are from slaves or some shit. Clean the house, waiting for mama to arrive in town from what part of West Virginia mama live in, and what you clean the house with? What's the smell now? I love their culture, Geechee, yeah. But Geechee is nothing but Native Black American. They got it all tangled and twisted to justify it. It has a little African in it because the culture's base comes from in between Charleston and Savannah, two main African slave ports. They also got a joint called Igbo Landing over there where the Geechees at. Well, the Igbo from Africa came here and refused to be slaves, and they walked in the water, probably like 50, 60 to 100 of them killed themselves, meaning we going back home. That's why they have the story of the flying African. That should tell you something. Google that shit. That's that Geechee culture when they're gonna give you the story of the flying Africans. You know what I mean? Everybody they know that, and they have a saying that y'all just got here, we've been here. You understand? But they'll tell us we brought them here from Africa because of the rice. Maybe they interchanged some of them here from the Caribbean because of the rice. But And then with the they probably brought them in specifically from Africa into Charleston and Savannah. Do your history on it. Know what I mean? Yeah, I got a daughter in South Carolina that is Gullah Geechee, in the heart of Gullah Geechee, the Low Country, Beaufort, St. Helena Island, Kalawasi. Know what I mean? Penn Center. You feel me? Robert Small's house is over there in Beaufort. Okay, Asheville and Greenfield. That's what's up. Okay, Huntington and Charleston area is my family. Their house smells like lemon and sugar cookies. Your house smells like lemon and sugar cookies. That's what it is. I'm big on smells. Yeah, I lived in South Carolina for 5 years in Beaufort with the Geechees. One of my best friends was Gullah Geechee, Henry Frazier. A lot of people, black people with the last name Frazier, are actually just black Native Americans, and there's a lot of them from Yamasi that's right outside of Beaufort. They got the Geechee joint, they got an African village, then outside of it they have the Yamasi Indian Reds, which is black Indians, and the boxer Joe Frazier is from Yamasi, South Carolina. Google it, a black Indian. The January 6th reparations proves both parties have been on black Americans because they can give a bag when they want like a Native American Jew. Right, they could have been, but what we know what to do with the bag though, Black Gen X. Bro, the January 6th reparations, what a fucking smack. Too many minorities across our world and especially this country. Holy fuck. Right. That's all they trying to pay somebody talking about they lost on precious hours of work. So there's no less like unemployment for they gonna be able to file a PPP type of shit. What's gonna happen is the motherfuckers gonna do it and get the money, and then when Donald Trump gets out of power, everybody that took some of that money, they're gonna fry their ass. They're gonna fry everybody that's down with Donald Trump for that dumb shit. Watch. No, Buford, not Buford. Buford. That shit probably come out of Georgia. I'm talking about Buford, South Carolina, the Low Country, BFT, the fort. Right? Or he needed, but none of them really don't fuck with him. A lot of those people he giving that money to, they didn't get out and say they love Donald Trump and this and that. Because a lot of them wasn't even MAGA. They were patriots. That was let's do this while we got this shit popping off. I mean, or maybe he thinks that if he gives them motherfucking hush money, maybe if he was really involved in it or not. Pronounced Miccosukee Indians. Wise up, Muskogee, my G. I ain't all that Muskogee. I know what you're talking about. They got them from Florida to Mexico. Google it. They did the Great Migration to Mexico, as well as when they took the Cherokees. But the Cherokee was all the Indians from the West Coast. They just put them Cherokee Indians and sent them on the Trail of Tears with the guy they call Chief Joseph. Ernest Lydell. You say they saying what you voted for. Yukon Bob says, it's crazy. I got a tan skin. My three kids got light skin. Have people assume they come from a half breed or a white person. I laugh because I know exactly where it came from. They came from me. Okay. What's going on, Randy? What's up with you? Chilling, my G. January 6th was an estimated million people. All of the people were less than 0% that was arrested. It wasn't no million people out there, Joe Balls. It was not a million people out there, dude. Let's get that right. That's a Million Man March type of shit. It was not a million people out there. And the Capitol building, the grounds. Have you ever been to the Capitol building? If you haven't, I got some shorts. When I go to DC all the time, I got some shorts. You can check it out. I get it deep in depth in spots that they'll never show you. They always show you the main. You know what I mean? But nah, it wasn't no million people at that Capitol shit, dude. And Frazier is also connected to Nassau, Bahamas, from the last name Mother Geechee. Right. See what I'm saying? Wise up. Right. See what I'm saying? The Fraziers. And In Buford, that's a prominent name. My boy Henry, we call him Henny. Know what I mean, my daughter also, she Geechee. She just graduated from college too. Shout out to my Geechee baby. You know what I mean? They all day. You know what I mean? They clean. That means it's evening time. Oh, she and me, man. You know what I mean? All of them, they sound like they in Jamaica, in St. Kitts, Virgin Islands somewhere. When they say what you mean, they like, how you mean? How you mean? Hey, that shit. Yo, what's going on? So real. What's up with your So Real TV media? If you want to promote your channel, uh text the letters BMC lowercase. You got some dope information over there, content. What's going on with you? Are you a Geechee So Real? I think they fudged the numbers, dude. It was not a million people motherfucking bucking on the government. Salute. Thank you, Shakes. Thank you. Smash that light. But do you think they deserve reparations? I don't give a damn how many was there. Do you think they deserve reparations? Okay, fucking with lunching out, he gonna got there gonna go get it. Joe, you're wrong. January 6th had roughly 10,000 to 15,000 people there. What's his opinion? No, that's a fact. He's saying that it was a million people there. That's not no opinion. That's a fact he's stating. Gee, that's not his opinion. That's a fact. He's stating facts. Your opinion is, I like red, you like blue. Is my opinion. I like red. You know what I mean? He's stating the fact there was a million people there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know they only showed it once. With the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Law Enforcement, a crowd appears that the ellipse ranged between 25,000 to 80,000 people prior to the march. So, like um Lunch said, after the march, it was only probably 10 to 15,000. I know you probably never been to the National Mall. That's what they call it, from the Capitol building on back to the Lincoln Monument. That long stretch right there, that some of it is like soccer field and football field. You know what I mean, with museums and different little things dedicated to America on the sides of it, right? One block from the White House. I know you don't realize that a million people will stretch all the way to the Lincoln Monument. Just like when you ever see the Million Man March, go look at the Million Man March. That's a million people, allegedly. Right. Yeah, it won't no million. That nah, dog. Have you ever seen with the Capitol building that shit ain't gonna hold no million people? I'm over there all the time. I popped up there right after that shit. I mean, like a week later. And guess who was with me? Well, he was in town too, lunching out. You know, that was right after when we went to that weed festival lunch. That was right after that. Because remember they had the Capitol building, they had that fence around it. And you could only go to like with the beginning of the Capitol steps. I seen lunch in our RFK Stadium at the Weed Fest. That shit was some bullshit. Looks like Metallica concert back in the day. No room. From what Live read, it only wants to pay the ones who are harmed from the government and the ones who were attacked after the people finding the information of them and releasing it public. Gee, that sounds like reparations then. They don't deserve preliminary hearings. They deserve to be locked out the fuck up. Because most of them, hey yo, the people that's like the dude from the Proud Boys, what's his name? Enriquez, whatever his name is, Enrique. You know that he's filing for that shit. He filing for $6 million right now. His Puerto Rican ass, Cuban ass, and he was the head of the Proud Boys. Gary says Trump is the worst president ever. If you really believe that, Gary, get over there. First of all, smash that like. Get over there, turn on the notification bell, and support the channel. If you really believe that Trump is the worst president ever, smash that like, y'all. It's not right. It's some bullshit. I'm gonna keep it real. It's some bullshit. It's not right. Biden is the worst. Obama sold second. Clinton the third. Right? Ain't that's crazy? They're gonna get. They got this. They got a option to get some more January 6th PPP shit, and everybody else got the option of paying $10 for gas. Ain't that crazy? They buck on the government and then get a chance to, you know what I mean, get some of the government money. Trump sucks, Yukon. See, you in Alaska and Yukon, I'm telling you, if you was in mainland America, you would really be able to see what's going on. There's a couple of people in here that say they voted for Trump, and now once he did this shit with this slush fund and all this other shit, they're not fucking with him. Trump don't hate black people. He hates anybody that don't fit his agenda. Wouldn't narrow it down to a specific group. Salute, lunch. Tell him it ain't. He ain't on no black or white thing. He ain't, cause that's the case. We all be the fuck locked up right now. They know where we at. We were the good pussy at, the weed, the hen dog, and the rap music. They know where the fuck we at. Where they used to beat us with chains and whips. Now that's all we want is a fresh chain and a fly whip. They know where we at. You know what I mean? Instagram. I mean TikTok. They know where we at, homie. Buffalo Wild Wings or some motherfucking sports bar chilling. You know what I mean? Smash that light, man. Trump hate anybody that do not fit his exactly agendas. What hypocrisy of what government black when he's engaging in government hypocrisy? When he tells you you can't look into me and my family's um finances, but we want to know all these people that's committing fraud all over America. So how do we know you're not committing fraud if you're not letting us see the books? You understand? What hypocrisy? Trump is telling he the classic little snitch. You snitching so you can advance. You see how when they show you the movies, it always be like the big boss that be doing shit, be like, yeah, Detective Green, yeah, 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 yeah. And then he'll, yeah, I want you, you know what I mean? It always happens like that. Nicole, he didn't inherit anything. He didn't inherit the Iranian Operation Full Fury from Joe Biden. He didn't inherit beef with Cuba from Joe Biden. Gary, what kind of music you listen to? Zydeco. Smash that like, y'all. What's your favorite genre of music? Know what I Yes, he did. They started giving all that money. No, y'all know that the money that Obama gave Iran, it was their money. He released their money to them. He didn't give them anything out of American taxpayers' money. That's why white folks ain't saying nothing. He gave them the money that they owed from the Shah of Iran on up. It grew interest because remember they was heavily in bed with the Shah of Iran, and the little bit they was giving them had gained interest with the BP oil, British Petroleum, UK, and United States have been bilking Iran. Obama gave them their interest money, gave them their money. You got to do a little research to stop listening to what motherfuckers say and go find out. Know what I mean, don't get told it and believe it. Go know, knowing. I don't want to hear nobody say I believe. You have to know. Gary, go outside and hug a tree. This convo is not about rap. Oh shit. Nicole, Biden is somewhere sipping on a Drambuie. Why are you spitting Biden name out? We too deep into Trump 2.0. You said he's a horrible businessman, right? Because that's how he running the country, like it's a business. And no less, you're just a product. You're a consumer to the world, but to the American government, you're just a product. And look at what he putting into his product. Shoddy materials, because they're not keying in on education and keeping us up on technology. They creating technology to keep up on us. Ain't that crazy? Look how he's treating his products. Know what I mean? What you selling should be the best on the market. Would you consider us the best on the market now? Yes, we are because we know what I mean we were so far advanced. But now it's open for somebody else on the planet to get lit. Litter than Americans, because now we have this president that has not been cultivating the product. I mean, we're the number one global consumer, but we're the number one product that America produces is Americans. You understand? And he ain't been putting nothing into the product. He too busy over there with it. I'm gonna free Iran from these Muslims. I mean, I'm about to go up here, send all this money and these drones and shit to Zelensky. He better do what I say. We're gonna bring him to the White House and shake him up again. I'm gonna help Israel, know what I mean, push the Zionist shit in what we call Middle East, He ain't cultivating the product. And that's just like even in the hood. If your product got too much bake on it, they ain't gonna fuck with you. Your phone ain't gonna ring. But if you got that motherfucking A1 fish scale, they snorted they nosebleed, bitch be back. You know what I mean? Blood on their shirt and all. You feel me? You selling dope that the first hit, whoop, somebody die. All the dope fiends want it. You shoot some dope and the motherfucker talking about, damn, I Mr. Vane. Just know what you're dealing with in the world. And when you speak on business, business is business, homie. He's the worst at running the country, right? But and the military is too. That's what you could. The military is with him. The military don't know but violence and fighting wars and stuff like that. They don't know nothing about running the country because half of them, that's the military dudes. They spent their life reading military plans and taking orders and directives. I mean, they got to get together 10 of them with medals on their chest and make a decision. I mean, so know that that the military is not bucking on Donald Trump. Know that they are part of the ones that are behind him. The military infrastructure and the CIA. Because why the fuck was the CIA in Cuba? Like that's crazy. All that draft dodger shit. Yeah, that's just name calling, family. Let's get down straight to the facts of how we can fix the problems, man. A bunch draft dodger that was 70 years ago, and you still hollering calling a man a draft dodger. See what I'm saying? You can't just let shit go and get shit popping, man. That's what you got to do. Let shit go and get shit popping, family. Smash that like draft dodger. Y'all can call them motherfuckers some names. Y'all see now what y'all got to say. All y'all people that was talking shit about Kamala Harris. Did y'all see that it was a bipartisan investigation on Kamala Harris's run for the presidents, she didn't fuck no money up, and that the fucking Democratic Party, Biden people's fucked up everything. Did you see that? Did you see that, Mr. Gary? They done come out and say it was not Kamala Harris that fucked up her presidential run. It was Biden and the boys. Ain't that crazy? But it'll be somebody here that'll be saying some dumb shit about the lady. But go find that report. They put the finger on who did it. It was the Biden administration, and they flubbed. Yep, they say that they tanked her on purpose. Basically, if you go read the findings. Smash that like y'all. Share me out. It's 32 of y'all in here. Double tap the stream. And now it's 31 of y'all. Annoying. You're fired, man. You gotta come back in with your old or your new Gmail, homie. It's 27 y'all in here and 27 likes. Okay, 28. Thanks for that integrity. All right, Yukon Bob. What you about to go do out on your boat? Tony, Tony, Tony. When will you learn? Burn, baby, disco inferno. Okay, okay, okay. What's popping right now? Walleye, halibut, cod. What's popping right now? What kind of fish popping right now? Yukon bud. And the AK-49. Is that the one with the long curly clip on it? That AK-49. Is that shad fish or she fish? Are you saying shad fish? Smash that like y'all. Share me out. Oh, she fish. Okay, 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 okay. Sheep fish. A she fish. That sounds like a goddamn Las Vegas prostitute. She fish. No, she fire. No, she fish. Let me see. Is there such thing as a she fish? Okay, she fish can get pretty big. Okay. So what's the taste of a she fish? Maybe salmony? They can get pretty big too. Okay. So the stripers around this way. I'm off the Atlantic. The stripers, boy, they get big too. Oh, and a tarpon. Okay. Remember when Tony Montana said, "You need people like me to point the finger and say that's the bad guy." You know what I'm saying? Well, say good night to the bad guy. You'll never see a bad guy like me again. You know, Tony Montana, he was part of what's going on with Cuba right now. He came here through the Mariel boat lift. Remember, they say Fidel Castro released all the prisoners and hitmen and killers and shit and criminals and sent them and flooded America to get back at America for the Bay of Pigs and all that stuff. He sent you his worst. That's how Scarface that got over here, remember? And Scarface, Tony and Manny got their card killing the communists. Remember? On Scarface, the Cubans they hated communism. Remember what Scarface said? I kill a communist for fun, but for a green card, I'm gonna carve him up real nice. Ah, smash that light. Okay. Each fish has its unique flavor, nothing the same. Okay. You said Trump administration is lost. Trump policies are weaponized in America for 4 lost years. Wow, says Richard. Did you vote for Trump? And now you upset with him? Lots of, but y'all notice people that come in and say, um, F Donald Trump and stuff against him, they never come in with the American flag. But the people that support Trump come in and with the American flag and say Trump is king, daddy Trump, but they will have the American flag. What's what with that? Do the people that don't like Trump, don't like the American flag too? It's like people that don't like Iran are starting to hate Muslims, or was it vice versa the whole time? You don't like America because the American flag don't have nothing to do with Trump. He's just the president. America has some flag has something to do with us, family. It ain't one star up there meaning it's a king or just that guy. It's 50 some up there. Okay, okay, okay. Because you know it's an AK-49, right? And to me, they do, Gator. But I don't really like a lot of fish. I eat some shrimp and some crab, but lobster maybe even, but fish. We will be feeling these effects of Trump for over a decade after this shit. Remember Afghan? Yeah, I gotta watch some and not of these movies. That had a lot of symbolism I didn't understand, right? And y'all know that Scarface, every rapper, hip hop star did a Scarface scene in his movies in the 90s. And Belly was based off of Scarface in The Godfather. But yeah, remember everybody go back and look and count how many rappers did the scene when he was in the bathtub, when Tony was in the bathtub talking on the phone with the bub bath and the cigar. You know what I mean? How many of them? Or did the scene when he had the that shirt that like it's like the sun setting and they got the palm tree in the background. It's like red, orange, and yellow. That tropical shirt. How many people had that short set in the 80s and didn't even know that it came from this when Tony went in there and killed Frank and that policeman? You ain't no fucking cop. You can't kill a cop, Tony. Psh, fuck. You ain't no fucking cop. All right. You gone get him. All right. Yeah, me too. But I know that I'm just making the observation. A lot of people that support the Democrats and oppose of Trump, they never come in with the American flag. So it's hard to consider them supporting Americans and not just their own separate interests. But the Trump people will come in and say, King Trump, USA with the USA flag, 100 of them. And it's crazy. When all of y'all should be coming in with the American flag as an Americans, no matter what's your opinion and what side you on. That's some Civil War shit, ain't it? This is not the America I went to war for. For no, I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Harris, and she picked the wrong vice president. Richard Tate says, right? She had the wrong vice president. And did you see the dozers that came out on the Harris run for president? It said that the Biden administration, Biden and them fucked it up. Kamala Harris did nothing to fuck up her bid as president. She was doomed from the start. Go read the doja on it. They got some paperwork out on it. Came out yesterday. MAGA thinks they're patriotic. My family fought in wars. You don't get more patriotic than that to give your life. If you actually giving your life because you want to and not under duress or being drafted, though, shake. You feel me? Not taking away from what your family did, but a lot of times these people that lost their lives, it was against their own will. They got drafted, or I mean, they I didn't vote for Harris. I didn't vote for anybody. But you know, when you don't vote, you vote. I couldn't make it down and something happened. But they're now saying that the reason that she didn't have no positives because the Biden administration designed it that way because they knew that Joe Biden couldn't win and they didn't want to give it to Kamala Harris. So they sabotaged her from winning. The Democratic Party. That's why she's coming out now saying that Joe Biden was I can't think of the word she used for him, but ain't that's crazy? 226. What if she would have had a couple of more months? She probably whooped his ass. Alaska has its own group that tailors stickers and merch. AK-49 is part of the merch. 907 Hustlers, we started a group. We took snowmobiles and started the backcountry free ride style. What it is today. Okay, okay. Sort of like skateboarding, right? Father wasn't drafted, neither was my cousin or brothers. Did they join the military before it was at war or after? Like they enlisted, they signed up, or was they already just military men? I was part of the group early 2000s. Okay, okay. I voted for Harris because I read her policies and knew Trump was a criminal and a liar and a failure. Oh God. I mean, yeah, because she was the Democratic nominee. People voted based on her party, race, gender. It's pure tribalism. Right. They didn't want to. They didn't want all of that shit was they didn't want Joe Biden to go out with a black eye by losing to Trump. Okay, so Trump can't say I beat Joe Biden. He could say I beat Kamala Harris. He let a girl take his fade. That's it. And if he was incapacitated, let me ask y'all something. Was Joe Biden dementia in the last 24 months of his presidency? Of his term in office. Flags are different from Trump. Black people don't vote for South because they don't do anything for Republican middle class. So now Trump and Republicans don't want black to vote at all. Richard, ain't nobody been wanting blacks to vote. That's why they give all black men felonies. Well, they try to give as many of us as they can felonies for the traps that they create for us because we don't own no boats, no planes, and they starve you and then they get mad with you when you go and do something criminal to feed yourself or to you know what I mean have things. That you know what I mean the shit is crazy, but and that's a way that they keep the voting down in our community. They know at least shit from what we did and what they done at least got daggone a couple of million of them dudes got a felony, so we ain't got to worry about their vote and their opinion. You know what I mean? But I mean, well, if he had age-related decline, you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't he have been taken out of office and Kamala Harris, which was his second, moved up? Yeah, that was just another way to okay, if they can manage to come up with the poll tax, you know what I mean, we'll give them a felony because they know black people are industrious and y'all know a poll tax that you used to have to pay to vote. You would have to pay these motherfuckers a poll tax to vote. And that was another way to, you know what I mean, to really make sure they ain't voting because shit, okay, they say that black people don't, that's the reason why a lot of black people don't involve themselves in politics because they ain't got a dog in the fight. Smash that like. You say people are paying to work. Yup, yup. Smash that like. That shit is crazy that people are paying to work. Black women and some Spanish black brothers and the Supreme Court put the Trump back in the White House to control Trump and change Congress like Roberts trying to for 60 years. Nope. Some black women participated and some Spanish and some black brothers, but they were far, and in between. You know who put Trump back in office? The elitists, the power brokers, the oligarchs, Elon Musk and friends, Peter Thiel, um, Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Visa, any of those, married to those 16 people that went over there to because all this shit is we living in is a big ass replenishment center. A few of us have jobs that are jobs, and then for the most part, 90% of the jobs that's in America now are in food service or customer service. Have y'all peeped that? Ain't no more people getting comfortable and wealthy off of the Ford assembly line, off of working for Mary Jane Bakery. You name it, any of the myriad of things that our grandfathers worked and had was well off. Now, even the shipyard, the longshoremen, the short Shermans, the stevedores. Remember when Trump first was coming in office on 2.0 on the second one, where they was doing all that talk with the unions for the ports? Whatever happened to that? Because they was fighting for to get their money up and also to keep a job that AI was supposed to have been taken out on the ports. Shit, why you not uniting with MAGA? MAGA's Americans, right? That's the shit that happened after the Civil War. You think they would have got anywhere? They say, I'm not uniting with the South. You know what I mean? And y'all say MAGA ain't a motherfucking real entity anyway, so shit, you probably got there gonna work with plenty MAGA if it's an ideology and state of mind. All right, UConn, ain't nothing wrong with the typos. What I appreciate that you making an attempt. I mean, the convo, long as it ain't nothing that's weaponizing your opinion on anybody or hurt nobody or nothing. You know what I mean? I remember that. That just went away. I guess they paid them off. Right. Right. It seems those bloggers are the part making fools of themselves, practicing calling Trump Jesus. Yeah, they committing fraud. Black Queen. But what's your opinion on it? The Trump administration is committing fraud in all categories. Build and steal. Right. And then they playing in your face because he just sued the IRS. Now he done got some judge. This shit is like niggas that know people in high up in their city and they go to jail. No, 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 my mom, she know the lawyer, she know the mayor. Who the fuck did Trump know this to tell the IRS, yo, don't fuck with his shit. You can check Pee Wee shit and he even got that going rah, but don't fuck with motherfucking Don Don. Ain't that crazy? There's an upper echelon people take their directives from. Politicians are just supervisors, and Trump and his administration are just management. Yep, they all answer to the above them and the quiet ones. The Supreme Court is the president, and Trump is the Congress. Real shit. Man, the Supreme Court is just another puppet. He is just another motherfucking Donald Trump football that he kicks around, man. Donald Trump is the number one loudspeaker. That's why y'all don't never heard them say Donald Trump is the most powerful man or the most dangerous. He probably is the most dangerous man because he's reckless with his shit. But you never heard him say he's the most powerful man on the planet because there are people that he got to answer to, and they're backed by the United States military infrastructure, which is the most powerful infrastructure on the planet. They got shit popping off we don't even know. Remember, at one time or another, the American government is worse than, I mean, the CIA because they were associated with every government on the planet at one time in the big brother position. All these, just think of a country. You can't think of one country that the United States have not met them on their own, you know what I mean, as a big boss together. They all every time they dealt with them as a big brother. Name one country that's been bigger than the United States. And or because I ain't saying equal to, because like China right now, I would say is if not better or bigger, and because United States kind of shrunk a little bit in certain categories on a geopolitical and world stage, but to the big dogs. Name somebody, another country that ain't been up under the United States. And maybe we turned in on them or they turned in on us, but we ain't friends no more. Maybe we still doing business, but you know what I'm saying? Terrence Clarence Thomas is a black man. His opinion and how he moves, maybe that's what he wants to do. I can't call him a ooh or ah or nothing because he gonna do what he want to do. I'm too busy worried about me. You know what I'm saying? Reconstruction that burned our towns. I'm proud of my heritage because we built shit from nothing and still doing it now. And shaky. You know that Reconstruction was no less like a new world order because the United States that was before the 1860, 1861 shit popped off now was a new United States in 1864, 1865, and with a different demographic of people. The people that was lit 5 years ago, some of them was fucked over because of the they killed hundreds of thousands of millions of people with their fucking Civil War shit. And then it changed a lot of people's thinking, and it changed a lot of people's money, all kind of different variants. Also, stepping on the world stage, a new brand of, a new kind of person, the free black man that came from either African ancestry of Native American, ancestry, popped on the scene. So it was a new world order. We have a new character in the play. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to take all of that into consideration when we fast forward up to the future. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? That war in Iran got Trump looking stupid. Oh yeah, you studied history. As we all. I live history, made history, you know what I mean? And I studied it too also. Trump is the jester, clown for the elites, the same way rulers of empires have fools or entertainment, right? Call in a jester, he'll come in with the bells and shit on his ear. But sometimes that Joker has some motherfucking tricks up his sleeve. It's sort of like, I wouldn't call him a jester or a Joker, but that little midget that's on Game of Thrones. What's that? Tyrion Lannister? Is that Tyrion? What's the little short dude? That motherfucker. For all the laughing they do with him and say he just messed with the whores and all that stuff, he pretty sharp. Who played about? And it's Peter Dinklage. What genre of history, era of history was your major in though, Shake? You say 70%. If you know this, then the United States knows it. Why haven't they went and got them if that's true? If they got this shit hidden in the cave. I would say 70% of their weapons are in their hands and they're ready to fight. You know what I mean? We got to stop making jokes and taking light of people, you know what I mean, fighting for their lives. And we don't even really understand why. It'll be a bunch of excuses of why this is going on. Maybe weapons of mass destruction, maybe a tyrannical regime, maybe just, you know what I mean, because we need to straighten her moves. You just never know. So we gotta stop. You know what I mean, we glorifying somebody's life. You know what I mean? Okay, early American history. All right, that's what it is. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. Make sure y'all take the poll too. Let's look at it. Trump voted for and approved 26%, approved 10%, voted for and disapproved 9%, disapproved 55%. You know who we got to look at here that voted for this stuff and approve of it, and the ones that voted for it and disapprove. Because the ones that voted for it and approve it, so you voted for $10 gas, $13 cartons of eggs, maybe moving with your head on a swivel because this Operation Full Fury has got Iranian drones possibly headed this way. So you voted for all this stuff. Your bills high as fuck and your water dirty because of these data centers being put in your communities. Oh shit, Tosi Gabbard resigned now. Damn, that's gonna be my next joint. Yo, I'm telling you, MAGA is falling apart. Now, Tulsi Gabbard, wow. Because a lot of people ain't on board for this shit, man. Whatever going on, a lot of them are not on board for it. The military is the leadership. If you haven't caught on, that's why Peach Headspeth had such a big, know what I mean, and still has such a big part in what's going on. The military is in charge of the country right now, y'all. So The military, we never question them motherfuckers. Either they gonna fight or foe. I say the military gonna fucking fight. So that's they thinking too. That's why they don't need to tell you shit because they in that military mind. It is what it is. We got this because this is what we do. We fight. But I got to do some research on that Chelsea Kabor shit. That's crazy. Ain't she from? What's she from? Hawaii somewhere? Yeah, the military is in charge. If y'all can't see that shit, the only one who has immunity is Trump. Nobody else, because when he is gone, they will have off. Yeah, that's a lot of people jumping ship, starting with people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Damn, Tulsi Gabbard now, and she a military. She was in the military, won't she? If they vote for this and approve of it, at least they're being honest about how fucking shit up, and they are probably rich elites. No, but this is the thing. When they see Trump doing this trust fund for January 6th people to get millions of dollars, and some of these people may be going to jail trying to get millions of dollars, engaging in political shit, or just the politicians that ain't on the money side of it, they're just working. They see Donald Trump giving money to people that possibly was trying to overthrow the government. It makes no sense to back some shit like that, in my opinion. Like they like, what the fuck? Everything he's doing is un-American, and I ain't even getting a cut. Nah, that's like a motherfucker going on a murder, and you're supposed to get paid, and they don't pay you, but you going down for it, and they want you to keep silent. That's a motherfucker right there. Smash that like. Most of the fucking Trump administration is a hodgepodge of people thrown together by people that he didn't feel like he could trust, that he feel like that he can manipulate and control. And you know what I'm saying? He like a pimp. He'll never have nobody around him that can motherfucking shake the throne. They always have weaklings, um, know what I mean, subordinates, people who don't know their worth around them. Smash that like. Advertiser has chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. Right, but it's money dysmorphia and it's also happiness dysmorphia. Happiness is in, you know what I mean? It's a feeling. It ain't something that you can put on. You know what I'm saying? And more likely we do shit for the gram when we go and out here and do all that money dysmorphia shit, get the big cars and houses because we can't see the shit. You can't see yourself when you're driving in the car per se. Now you can't all this camera shit, but you know what I mean. We do it for the gram. Trump just showed the world who America already was. He showed everyone our true colors on a global stage. Smash that light. Is that you free? The dollar, when Democrats try to get congressional approval for black people to get paid, Republicans, man, Donald Trump about to sign his name on dollar bills. Did y'all see that? You know the dollar ain't shit when he can just put his name on it. Trump fell out of the idiot tree and hit every branch all the way down. Shout out Chris Holmes. What's up with you? But that's basically what we do when we buy all this shit, and that's all we talk about. I know motherfuckers that they'll come into somewhere with a bunch of people that cook out a party, and the whole conversation, well, you would think it would be about a girl. The motherfucker talking, and in the end, you think about it, this motherfucker was talking about his car. Chilling, Todd. What's up with you, Todd Steiner? It's a perception of being important when it really we're all made of the same stuff. What's more important, money or happiness? Right. What's a monkey in a red suit? A monkey. You feel me? In a red suit. Smash that light. This dollar today is just a souvenir. It's not worth anything anymore, right? Like we say, 24 cents. The dollar ain't shit. Research evidence states that Trump supporters are poorly educated and early manipulated morons. But some of them are highly educated, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean, and structured. It's all depending on what you're looking for. Because the same things we say about Trump supporters and we say about Democrats and we said about democratic socialists and all that, they'll say that shit about white people, black people. You could so that's why I don't like to put labels on people. We're all Americans, no matter what's our flaws, what's our good points? What's some good American? You know what I mean? Anybody got any good things to say about Americans? Because today we got there going getting our fill of motherfucking bash the American, and it's crazy. Americans are hurting Americans. It always happens. We don't. I mean, anybody got anybody any new inventions or somebody got something that's trending? Somebody just opened up a restaurant or something. Anybody want to big up somebody that they know that's American doing their thing, man? Well, shit. Trump gotta make sure his slate clean once he leave office. He done not have immunity for unofficial or personal acts. Right, but he'll get himself immunity, lunch and all. You know he crafty. But it's crazy how remember Giuliani was down with Trump and they got caught up in the RICO. Giuliani helped implement the RICO in fucking New York City along with the federal government on gangsters and black gangsters. Ain't that crazy? You said you voted for all this shit, Larry. It will only take a tragedy that affects every American in order for us to unite. Sassy Mo, yeah, we used to put pennies into a stamp machine at Disney World. Now the equivalent is $1. Ain't this crazy? The stamp at Disney World costs $1 now. That should tell you something. I told y'all the penny was the new dollar, and the goddamn $5 bill is the new dime. So Real TV Media, hit that like button, share that live out. What's going on with you today, So Real TV Media? What part of the country you in? Just like I voted for the Iraq and Afghanistan war. Wow. You did? I mean, it is what it is, though, Cap. Sassy Mo says, hi, Todd. Big ballroom single coming soon. Salute for that. The big ballroom single coming soon. That ballroom stuff is iffy, too. Like, wow. And racists don't accept you, me, or any black people. I like strong motherfuckers that recognize that don't bend. Right, but tell me which one of the motherfuckers was a racist, so you don't like none of them. Tell me which one of them want a racist. I mean, it's not. It don't just stop with Trump. Tell me which one of them that want a racist, including Obama. DB Coastal. We talking about? Did you vote for the high gas, high food, utilities, and gas prices? We talking about the reparations that Trump is trying to give the January Sixers. We talking about how the Republican party is imploding on Trump now, and Trump is exploding on them. And the ballroom is it a secret bunker? You know, it's a myriad of different events. Just we talking about what Americans talk about, what real Americans should be talking about. You know what I mean? The issues that's affecting our livelihoods. Smash that like. I'm guessing sarcasm isn't your vocabulary. Nobody saw those words coming. Shit, if they didn't, you know what I mean? You better check on data and analytics from 30 years ago. They know what's coming. In 1989, they predicted the great northern migration of the Latin South American and Central American Latin community to migrate like a tidal wave, like zhoosh, whoosh, whether it was illegally or by way of coming through the border with the paperwork. They already predicted that would happen. That's why they was pushing Spanish so much in the 70s and 80s in school, getting everybody amalgamated for what might happen if they did manage to overtake. We would be able to understand the language of Africa because that's the things that take over first when you come. You take their language, so they got to talk like you. You take their money, so they got to do business like you. And the number one thing, you give them the impression that your God is God, and you give him your likeness and your God, so they can worship you and your God. You understand? So they been knew about that Latino, that you know what I mean, that they was gonna bounce back. And I still say for every one of them they got, it's still probably like 10 of them here, family. Smash that like, man. Do you think boycott the Olympics, Southern college students will wake America up? No, the Olympics ain't shit but another money grab. They got breakdancing in the Olympics that they ain't tell us, and they don't even have no real people that was in the game, like even Crazy Legs or one of them New York City Breakers or somebody. Lee was the young boy Lee. He's still living. That really did that with the breaking in the '80s, because breaking was a part of hip hop. Like they tried to make it seem like it was some kind of, it was levels to it or something. Yeah, hit me up on the Gmail, Richard. Let me and get Richard Tate. My Gmail is BMC the formula at gmail.com. And it's on my channel too. Hit me up on my Gmail. I mean, give me a little, background on the guessing content situation you said you can help me with. These are all distractions for those for exposing the names. Right. But you know that all Spanish people are not the same. The only thing that they have in common is they speak Spanish. I live in Mississippi, and I think that will hurt a lot of people that live down here and only go to college through scholarships. I mean, now college ain't even nothing. Now college is no less like a badge of honor. Those people going to technical schools and stuff and getting their education. Because what the fuck can you do with a college degree now? AI taking all the college jobs. Most of the people are going to technical schools and getting trades like HVAC, engine repair, even CAD and anything dealing with AI, prosthetic, anything like that. So now you don't have to go to college to do that. You can go up the street to your local community college or tech school. That's what you got to start realizing. College is like a badge of honor. You're willing to pay $12,000 a year just to say you summa cum laude and get a piece of paper that you don't even get a job doing the shit. You don't even get a job doing the shit you went to college. You know what I'm saying? Todd Steiner, I'm done with the Epstein shit. I'm trying to see that money. If Donald Trump and them is going overseas taking all this money, it's time for him to put his money where his mouth is and feed the wolves. I don't want 25 $100 one check. They need to fund each tax-paying citizen $2,500 for 24 months. Yeah, but they also go to Purdue is the CEO college. People go to Yale to get indoctrinated into the secret societies. Yale, what's the other one? Is Yale, Harvard, Stanford, any of those Ivy League schools, they don't even go there for the education. They go there for the badge. It's sort of like a epsilon badge. Or he went to Yale, he went to Harvard, and it's two different things. Like the Masons, Royal Arch and the blue. It's two different things. But you know what I'm saying? That's where they got Obama out of the Harvard alumni. He was the librarian at Harvard. What's the black guy name? We need a black guy. What's the black guy? He's African. The black, they're all the same. Barry, yeah, get him and make him president. You know how that shit go. But yeah, Harvard, Yale, all of them, they don't go there for the education. They go there for the prestige. And then there's a certain amount of, you know what I mean, secrecy too. Remember Jeremy Lin? He went. They needed him. He graduated from Harvard. You don't go to Harvard to play basketball in the NBA. Why the fuck he wasn't? How did he become a standout in the NBA if he went to Harvard? When did was they talking about him at Harvard? That we got this Chinese guy that's doing this thing, and now the NBA drafted him. He was a fucking plant. And in that week that he did his thing, Jeremy Lin, the Chinese premier was here talking to the United Nations, and Chinese people fuck with um basketball. They own the Houston Rockets. Look at the Houston Rockets colors. That yellow and gold, that's China all day. And Yao Ming was down there with them, right? You got to know what it is. But the Chinese premier was in town that week that they lend sensation. And then what happened? After that, he didn't do shit else. And he even had a shoe commercial because shit, a shoe. Nike was gonna key in on that Chinese sensation. There's a billion motherfuckers over there. They bootlegging Nikes. Why not give them what they want? You know what I'm saying? Jeremy Lin ain't do shit. But the week that he did all that shit, the Chinese premier was in town and he was a basketball fan. Google it, do your research. He was at the United Nations. So he wanted to see the sights. New York is the capital of the world. You know what I mean? Everything, everybody of all colors are in New York. The capital, you know what I'm saying? Smash that like. I was referring to the athletes that want to go pro, like the football player. I went to school with somebody that went pro for a few years scholarships. Man, it's people that's in college that's making more money than the people in the NFL. Shiloh, what's the what is it Shiloh or what's the one that was that played for the Browns? They tried to count him out. One of Deion Sanders' kids. That motherfucker making more money was making more money in college than he making as a quarterback because of the contract they signed. They signed him for what, 1 million every year. He was making like some millions a year with his NIL deal through the college. Ain't that crazy? It's college players that's gonna make more money than they ever gonna make playing in, you know what I mean, professional sports, and they'll probably go and get the money in college and then go on and do something else with it, become an entrepreneur, become a Twitch streamer or some shit. Cause you know what I mean, that shit fading out now. All these kids want to be on Twitch. And nope, it's just a piece of paper, dude. I got a couple of them. They don't do shit for you, but you got to do a whole lot to get them. Iran has one. Trump is desperate to get the hell out. Shit, they say Trump got a toll booth over there for them to get their money. Right, yeah, but they're oftentimes an oddity. They ain't getting paid like the Chinese people can come over here and do. And nowadays, NBA is all mixed kids from D League high school basketball who have connections and went through the training camps and are highly invested in by shoe companies and other branding apparatuses who run the NBA. You don't see no natural born shooters. Everything is damn near like when you watch a gangster movie and these actors that's up there are Shakespearean theatrical trained actresses and actors. All of them from Britain. When they get off a line like they get off a line like dudes say they all talk like Britain, but they get on like, yeah, motherfucker, crip. And then when they go, bruv, can you meet me at the pub? You know what I'm saying? That type of shit, fam. The NBA ain't a dark skinned motherfucker came in yet. Now everybody light skinned. The darkest people is Draymond Green, LeBron James, and them. Ain't no, you know what I mean? Can't y'all see that degree is worldwide recognition? Ivy League is worldwide. That yeah, but it's also like being a in the Rotary Club or a Kappa or a Q or a AKA worldwide recognition. You ain't got to do shit now because come on in, you an AKA, you a Mason. It's akin to being a Mason. And you know, just like in the black community, when they get tired of some of these kids, they don't even have to do nothing just to keep the fucking national accreditation up. They'll graduate your ass, and you ain't been to school goddamn 2 days out of 1,000. They look at people like athletes like products to make money off of. Yup. And she plays well and fills the seats. They too can get a small slice of the pie. With the college kids now can get it too. But more likely once you get in the NBA, they call the shots on you. You know what I mean? Unless you a hell of a player, you ain't gonna get them endorsements. You're gonna have to heavy endorse and be heavy scrutinized and fall under whatever they tell you you have to do. I mean, very few of those players are Michael Jordan and Steph Curry and even Dennis Rodman. Even a lot of them are just, you know what I mean, you don't even know their names. They come and go. You be like, damn. Anthony Edwards holding it down for us dark skinned brothers in the NBA, and he number one of the best. Right, lunching out. What I'm saying, but per se of the when you think of an NBA player now, all of them got them little dreads on their head, and all of them moms end up being like European or some shit or Chinese or something. And they all went to these, you know what I mean, private schools, basketball camp schools. I got a couple too. I don't watch gangster movies, and I'm a female, not a bro. Okay, yo, you know I kept saying that shit as Shaquem, but I see now what it is. It's Sakina Harvin. What part of the country you in, Sakina Harvin? Them Harvins are the Louisiana and Texas, or maybe even Bar Beach. Percy and them people. You ain't no kin to Percy, is you? Smash that like. How much you like McGregor, AB in his next fight? First time back in the UFC in years. I really don't watch that UFC. I just started getting into the old MMA UFC fighters and stuff. I don't even know. I think McGregor, he maybe need to hang it up because now he's like a conversation piece, of oddity. Baby, you know what I mean? He more like the what's them two white boys that be trying to box everybody. But what's the dude Kevin Randall? Ain't that's his name? They used to be with the blonde hair. Shit. I just got into them them old fighters, man. Okay, you are in Philly. We at West Oak Lane. Katie, what's going on with you? Amaru, what's up with you? Them type of wives come with the Kit Kat Williams was talking about. Right. Fight the power. Elvis was a hero the most. Chilling fam. What's up with you, man? Roof, what's going on in on in Anacostia? Woke up this morning at a 4:45. Mm-mm. Chilling, my G. I guess they could always work their way up to pro through semi-pro instead of college to get the attention to be drafted in the pros. Right. A couple of them did it. A couple of them came straight out of high school. Not my shit, my G. Finna head and get that shit over with, man. What you about to do, KD? Okay, West Philly, born and raised. That's what it is. You said it's raining in DC. Yay. Yay. Okay. Okay. Did they ever finish painting that reflection pond, man? Smash that like, y'all. All tech. What's all tech? And KD, you know, old school that I just barely deciphered. You sent me with the cryptographic texting. YK, you know what all tech is. And that YK, I had to look at it. You know what I mean? I was about to some light skinned nigga pop out singing. What's the nigga? YK Osiris. You said making it waterproof. Smash that light, man. I'm serious. Mm, that's Gore-Tex, ain't it? Who in this chat screen had one of them Columbia Gore-Tex suits? And matter of fact, let's get even more pinpoint. Who in this chat had one of the Columbia Gore-Tex suits because you like that Missy Elliott and 702 and Subway video when they had them shits on? They're having legal issues with the pool. I heard, but then they just have some big Christian prayer group right there because when I go to DC, I always go to the Lincoln and stand on the steps. So if you go through my shorts, you'll see me. I'm always in DC. Okay, they make the trucks. Motherfuckers usually go in the air. Okay, they make truck lifts. Okay, okay, you building the booms like the cranes that go on the arms of like those when you go to okay if you go to the ports in your areas, you'll see those big cranes. Them cranes cost like hundreds of millions of dollars too. It'd be like 30 of them. How many of those cranes your area got? That's how important your area is to your country. Because that's the janks that send stuff out and bring stuff in. Okay, so you make the trucks. Okay. That's good money. What are you welding there? Or are you stamping out an assembly piece? User, what's going on? There's 25 of y'all in here. Double tap the stream. Let's get the likes up to 100, man. That's what it is, Amaru. Getting that bread. That's the American way. Hustling, grinding. Every Democratic president is history. Lord, why are we talking about Democrats and Republicans, users? What about Americans? Every American should have a chicken in their pot, a big ass pitcher of Kool-Aid, a PS5. Gas should be free. You see it's coming with Democrats and Republicans. See, the first thing that you got to shake off is these labels. Stop labeling yourself. And you're not a Republican because you haven't paid no Republican Party dues. You do realize that, right? The only true Republicans, the only true Democrats, the only true Democratic socialists is people who have you know what I mean? I am a active member of the Republican Party. I mean, you didn't pay no dues, so anybody is always putting labels on themselves that's wrong. Say that you're a Democratic supporter. I lean towards Democratic views. I lean towards Republicans, but unless you're not a paid member, you're not in the shit. It's not party versus party. It's the ruling class against everyone else. Right, Cameron? Because you see the Republicans is imploding on Donald Trump and he exploding on them. What's the guy everybody talking about? It's sorry to see him go. He still got a few months in there. What's his name? Massey. Massey got flipped. They just got what's the little Crockett girl in Texas? She got flipped. They got him out of there. That's crazy. The Republicans are the KKK, but somebody will come in here and refute that. Watch. They're gonna say the Democrats started the KKK, and it doesn't even matter who started it or who's best believe the Republicans, Democrats, and the Socialists are in the KKK. Smash that like Trump asked about his infant daughter and which parent she resembled. Trump responded, but nothing that the baby had her mother's legs. So, like, stop trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, man. Schnitzler, whatever your name is. What I don't understand is if they want a real strong USA, why do people in the government play tug of war with each other? It's like I see saw up and down and then down. Why not just keep going up, right? Together. Okay, you want this and I want this. You get that. I'm gonna get this and we're gonna get it together. You feel me? Smash that like what Victor Santos say? I can go for a guy who says I go around women. Man, okay, that's on you. For sure, Michael Wilbur. Michael Wilbur, who did you vote for? It's always a power struggle in Washington instead of doing what's right for America, right? They all got their own narcissistic personal, you know what I mean? Okay. And do you support everything that Trump's doing? Do you support everything that Trump's doing, Mike? And it's not to debate or to try to change your mind. It's just I want to get, you know what I mean, your opinion as an American on your feelings for Trump. It all can't be against him. Thank you there, Andrew. Andrew, you said you voted for all this stuff that Trump's doing. Godfather, Money Black Corp is on vacation. This is the BMC. What's going on with you? You voted for the war. Why? What's your thing? Can you explain to me why you voted for the war? And when you say the distribution of the wealth, who would you say he's distributing the wealth to? User, the dollar that Obama and Biden was using was different from this dollar. It was a totally different dollar, my G. Smash that like the Iranian regime has been persecuted its own people. But guess what? Look at what you're saying. Its own people. Haven't you learned to sweep around your own front door before you sweep around mine? And now look what happened. When did they get in touch with those people and say, "Well, thanks for freeing us," because it looked like the United States went over there and empowered Iran to get more money out of the Strait of Hormuz by now they can set up a toll booth and tax everybody. So does that make sense? I don't know. Y'all must got Stockholm syndrome. Motherfucker got you kidnapped mentally and you can't see it. You fall in love with it because can you see that? I don't care about no video footage of his. Yo, if you can't stay on topic, man, all that shit is your own opinion, dude, on some weird shit. Yo, I'm gonna do it for him. You're fired, man. Get out of here with that, man. Let's talk about what's going on, homie. And why is he the greatest president ever, Dana? Not that he refuted, just trying to figure out where you at with it. I just heard that, Chris. I gotta remember that's gotta be in my next title. We gotta talk about that. Cause Tulsi Gabbard, she was the last other who left now. Like, damn. They know something. I'm telling you, because y'all see that who he came in with is not like a we about to do this and get paid and ride off in the sunset together. They slowly falling off. Did you miss the point in time when Iranians came across the globe were dancing in the streets when Khamenei? It's Khamenei with a KH, dude, not Khamenei got wiped out. Nah, I did miss that. That was Iranians dancing in the street outside of Iran. If they're so oppressed, if you listen to you say they're oppressed, they can't do that in Iran. Okay, but I did see them mourn for Khomeini. Know what I mean, and I seen them mourn for Khamenei. Y'all know it's two different ones. Khimina is the one that just got killed, and before that it was Khomeini. Well, all of them got more kinfolks in Azerbaijan than they have in goddamn Iran. But the United States still has not subdued them people, man. Man, and some ain't never make it home, Michael. You say that to say what? Who was Camelia Harris? Who is that, Andrew? The lady that ran was Kamala. And come to find out, did you see that report where they say that fucking Joe Biden administration tanked Kamala Harris's bid for president? That they did that shit on purpose. Did you see that? It was a comprehensive bipartisan study. Bipartisan. I know what bipartisan means. Dems and Republicans got together and studied the shit, and it was the Biden people did it on purpose. That girl was doomed to lose. Harris is the only woman person for decades who experienced all branches of government, and she's the only woman that was the vice president, no matter what color she is. You know what? Right. Don't put somebody in as a favor because you like their YouTube stream. Like put somebody in that is a professional in that niche. You tell me. Because right now, JD Vance is doing a bunch of shit. Not to say that Kamala Harris didn't or did, but so what is the job of the president right now? Um, JD Vance look like press secretary, janitor, cleaning up Trump shit when he made that motherfucking faux pas the other day by saying that he didn't care about the American people's financial situation. They got JD Vance to clean that up. They got JD Vance explaining until Trump can get back from China, explaining what's going on in Iran. I mean, you can tell that the army got something to do with it because Peach Headspeth Pef is all over this shit. The army and Trump are in cahoots. Look at this shit Trump got on. That shit look like a motherfucking Air Force uniform with a tie. The Moose Party. Nah, I ain't vote for the Moose Party. They suck. The Moose Party, do they got their history in Theodore Roosevelt? They on some KKK shit. I know you didn't, Tony. You voted for Trump. Smash that like, man. There's 40 of y'all in here. Double tap the stream. Yeah, they Ku Klux Klan, man. The Moose Party supported that movie, Birth of a Nation? No, it ain't funny that I know that. I know my opposition. I know my enemies, dog. You know what I mean? Knowledge. That's the key to success. That's the key to life. And then comes with conversation. You feel me? Don't just be conversating to be conversating. Conversating on something you know something about. You know what I mean? Smash that like though. You say Trump. That's what it is. Michael Wilbur, have you got over there and subscribe to the channel? You a moderator, which means I mean I don't even need you to moderate. I just got you a moderator because everybody that's a moderator in here has something unique about them, like their conversation or their thinking. It doesn't have to be on the same page I'm on, long as it's on a page, and then they can conduct the conversation because you have a room of people that's all like-minded, and shit gonna be got there gonna get accomplished because it's gonna be all yes men. It's no less like communism, socialism. So I like to fill the chat stream up with a plethora of free thinking, independent Americans, and even some international will come through here because variety is the spice of life. But yeah, get over there and smash the like, share me out, you know what I mean, and get you a support. It cut on the notification. Sleepy Joe gave Americans all this inflation, not President Donald Trump. Inflation been around for years, Sandy, way before Sleepy Joe. I definitely don't need validation from others. I conversate on what I believe in. Trump is robbing you. Trump robbing us all. Republicans, Democrats, whoever. He digging pockets like the Brooklyn niggas do on the train. He don't give a fuck who you is. Old ass lady, handicapped in a wheelchair, deaf blind. I mean, he's snatching the cup. He don't give a fuck. You busking out there dancing and playing a horn and shit. He coming taking that change bucket. They always blame Biden. If Biden was asleep, don't blame him. Blame the person that was in charge. But anybody see that comprehensive report about how they railroaded Kamala Harris? It was a setup the whole time. Yeah, both parties are planners. What do you mean? Do I would feel like it? Shit ain't nothing about Biden. I don't know. Biden was asleep. So what the fuck did he do? Nothing. So what about Biden? We too deep into the Trump 2.0 to be even thinking about Biden right now. Yeah, they say Toasted Gabbard out. That's gonna be, you know what I mean? What's up, Mud Butters? I gotta give you a jacket too. Everybody coming through. What's up, Mud Butters? Another, me and him don't agree. Or if it's a young lady, we don't agree. But I respect your opinion. You can have your own opinion as long as you don't weaponize it. Because I'm not gonna weaponize. It might get a little heated in the back and forth, but I mean your opinion is yours. Can't believe they would never realize what's right in front of their faces. Obama hasn't been in office for 10 years and they're still blaming Obama, right? It's what's going on now. I don't want to hear that. Well, they set it up. No. Right now, everything that's directly affecting us is directly affecting us in real time. The Operation Full Fury is affecting us in real time. What's going on with you, Chucky? Chucky. And Hefe with his good gang banging ass. Now look where that gets you. What happened, Chuck? Because that shit that Poetic Flacco said, they said that was made up. They tried to put the boy that got popped at the taco stand. What really happened, Chuck? Man, all of them say that you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Biden didn't do anything good or bad. Biden was just a figurehead. The hard left was running the country. Not right, right. Just like Donald Trump ain't running the country. The government is the military infrastructure. And they dealing with CEOs and shit. They don't deal in politicians because politicians gonna do shit that politicians do. Give money away. CEOs, the main objective is make money. Biden Obama is not the president right now, right? Donald Trump is. And didn't Donald Trump say something about look at the president if anything's going wrong with the country? So look at the president. Man, the 80s and the 90s, butter. Give a damn. I'm talking about 2026. We George Jessens, man. The 80s and the 90s, we were still damn near flip phone paying for minutes and shit and call me out the when my peak hour was over with and all that shit. Nah, I'm talking about now. G5. He DP'd a 50. That is crazy. He DP'd a 51-year-old guy. So what, they beat the guy to death? All I ever hear is Trump sleepy or old, but nothing about his policies. Damn. Damn. So it's a gang injunction. That can get him to RICO, and that can also get him, like I said, the gang injunction where they will give him extra time for killing somebody with gang activity involved with it. That's crazy, man. That's why I say stay the fuck out the streets. Mm-hmm. Smash that like y'all. Share me out. He said Trump number one. Zigzag, what's going on? I'm on the East Coast, man. What's Pigtown? Man, I was around when the phones was big as a motherfucker, and they was damn near you was paying like $5 a minute. Right, and that's crazy. Gaslighting the uneducated to goddamn go for some slush funds, and that he can't get audited. You're gonna get audited, but he can't. Ain't that crazy? Who goes for that type of shit? You're gonna pay $10 gas. He's gonna be able to steal all his money when he leave, and you know what I mean, that shit crazy. No, I don't. I don't even see nothing wrong with Trump doing it. If you like it, I love it. I'm looking at the person that's co-signing this shit. America been fucked for 250 years, man, since its inception. poor people cheering for billionaires. It's like vegans eat meat, right? And you remember McDonald's got the Indians and the vegans and all the people that don't eat meat and meat products. Remember McDonald's got their ass. McDonald's told them that their new recipe didn't have any beef in it. And then come to find out that shit was in their new fried grease too. America's still the best country to live in, and there's nothing wrong with America. America is great, right? Salute, Zigzag. Now that's what I'm talking about. America still is the best place to live in, no doubt. That's all right to talk about Donald Trump because he's one of us. You know, in a real family and in real peeps, can't nobody talk about your peoples but you, because you're the one experiencing it, and if need be, because I'm telling you, um, shit, you might have to have his back. America on the verge of collapse. So they say. So they say Norway is the happiest country in the world. And Trump doesn't care about you. Sassimo is so right. The only ones that think the U.S. is the best place to live are pro-Trumps. Nah, I think the United States is the best place, and I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump either. I'm pro-me, homie. 1871 Organic Act. When you understand it, you won't question President Trump. Man, if I got to go look for it, it ain't it. I don't even need to see it. You know what I mean, I don't need to understand it if it ain't already been said. Gordon Brown, what up? You said you voted for it. Right, but don't you think that the politicians should be trying to get wealthy? Ain't that's a little weird? That's why Donald Trump ain't a politician. He a businessman. He trying to get paid. Those politicians, once they settle for their little puppy child and they fall back, you know what I mean? Donald Trump want that Yukonuba, that big dog shit. Says the mo. Smash that like y'all. Share me out. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Trump came from my city, had front row seat to the Trump clan. Brace yourself for Fred and them. Fred Trump kids. One thing I know you don't have is a thick skin. Calling me sick is a little far fetched when you don't know me, says Zigzag. Zigzag is the internet. Motherfucker liable to say way more than that to you. Toughen up, man. That wasn't weaponizing. That, you know what I mean? And they about to get them PPP checks through that by way of that slush fund, man. No doubt they all friends. Just like Cowboys fans hang out with Redskin fans. You say you ain't vote for it, Mary. Mary, you a Greek. Mary Takis. Davey, what's going on? Let's see how these other inmates feel like he's running his mouth on Beyonce's internet. What does that mean, Chuck? That's what he be saying. I got thick skin. Anything or anybody says about me has really doesn't bother me. I'm just calling the guy out and saying he doesn't know me. Okay, Zig. Because you a moderator in here. You're supposed to be a mental pugilist. That's what makes America great. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Right. That's what I'm saying. You a mental prejudice in here. Two-party systems are rigged against the people to give us an illusion of choice. They all play for the same team. That's right, Drifting Soul. Did you get over there and double tap the stream? Um, get you a BMC? Because I'm on the road to. I've been. You know what I mean, come on, man. Y'all get over there and get the channel some support, man. I'm trying to get one of them YouTube silver plaques, man. I'm giving it a run too. I need shit roughly. I'll say 70,000 more. I mean, are you going to be one of them? Are you going to be one of the 70,000 drifting to support the Black Money Court? Get over there and turn on the notification bell. Call it down there and doing what, Chuck? Right, Zed. I'm pro me. That's what it is. I ain't against Donald Trump. I ain't with him either. Because when I'm the head of some shit, I want nobody to get in my way. Yep. It's the government against the people. You can see it is. They locking up more Democrats and Republicans and crushing their dreams in a little bit. Trump ain't no puppet for the Jews. The Jews are just puppets. The Jews ain't got no power. Remember, they got placed in Israel. They didn't go there because they had their heads up. They got placed in Israel. And that's just to solidify that white folks had something to do with the birth of the three religions: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. If you know, you know. But yeah, nah, they don't run shit. It's just another part of the motherfucking the people that's in power in the world. Yep. Authoritism has begun. You should have known that. Ask them if you got any new content for us. Oh man. Ain't that crazy how they all end up in jail? Like look at it on all fronts that's involved in like the culture, gang culture, anything on the fringes of black culture. The motherfuckers going to jail. Everybody like this shit now ain't no more gangsters in the street. Everything is being done on the internet. Yep. I walk like a king, talk like a king, and I don't give a shit what other kings do or say. Right. Yeah, all of them. But did y'all see that they got a report out saying that the Joe Biden regime did sabotage Kamala Harris? You might have to pay to be human to these. I mean, but they've been making you pay. If you look at every time somebody pays a toll, a bridge toll or a tunnel toll to get to work, and sometimes what's that? The HOV lanes, they'll charge your ass for it. Yeah, it's on the internet. All that gangster shit on the internet. The scammers and the get money niggas done took over. That gang banging shit can only go two ways: the death or the jailhouse, man. I don't know no successful gangbangers. Snoop Dogg put that shit down. Nope, I'm not anti-Trump. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm pro-me. I mean, I ain't hating on him. I ain't riding with that bullshit though. I'm gonna call him out for what he doing. I ain't like don't do it because shit is the Trump administration. He's not the only one. Well, that's just that he was a known rat. I don't fuck with him because of his street ties. I fuck with him because he got good music when he did make good music. So him being a rat, that's neither here nor there. Zigzag. And you know this, man. People in the US don't realize they are being herded into oppression, right? Yep. And they'll take a little bit away from you every day till you look up all of it's gone. Like when Charlie Kirk died, they was testing the waters by you can't say shit about them, and if you do, they're gonna arrest you. And look what they was doing. The same thing. Fuck up some commas, yeah. Fuck up some commas, yeah. That's what I expect another president to do. When they get their chance, when I get my chance, I'm gonna fuck some commas up. I mean, it is what it is. It's like motherfuckers that watch the big dog come through and the latest whips in the hood. You know what I mean? Ain't no reason to say nothing about it either. Take what you want from it or wait for your turn. And when you get your turn, ball till you fall. That's all I say. I ain't hating on him. I ain't got to go for it either though. I'm a free thinker. I'm not shit. He gonna do what he can do. He gonna do what he got to do. He gonna do what he want to do. No matter what I say, it doesn't happen. Once it happens, that's it. Ain't shit I can do about it. Know what I mean, if I say I don't fuck with it, I want to burn him up. Shit, nah, dog. And when I get in power and I get a little something, get the fuck out the way. Yeah, it shouldn't be about money in DC. It should be straight bureaucrats, politicians. You can say what you will do with $1 million unless you had $1 million. You can say you can't say what you will do with the million. But you know, $1 million ain't shit right now. If you own two houses, more like you got $1 million in equity right there. If you own three, you got $1 million and then some. Because the dollar really ain't worth nothing. Remember, $1 million was an untouchable number when we was younger. Probably that shit faded in the '90s when the first millionaire in multiple start making money from off all this internet stuff, technology, where they crushed it being a millionaire. When you see game shows that give away $1 million, you know $1 million ain't shit. You can touch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it should be all Democrats, all Republicans, no capitalists. Unfortunately, that's the business of politics. Politics is a business. We fail to realize that. People get paid for politics, and that's where they get caught up in. They see how much money they can make by endorsing that or listening to them or going for this and shit. It outweighs the fucking trying to save the people. Shit, what I'm saving them for? I mean, yep, the common man has nothing in common with oligarchs. That's why I want no common men up there with them when Donald Trump got inaugurated. It was all of those oligarchs. You love that catchphrase, Sassy, but it's true. Like people that need Medicaid and Medicare coming in talking about King Trump, Daddy Trump. Smash that light. It's like going out with a millionaire and breaking your neck to foot the bill to show them that you got money. Like, or going out with somebody wealthy. You don't even have to be a millionaire, somebody that you consider well off and you want to foot the bill. Nah, by all means. I mean, smash that light. Here's the bigger problem. The government needed neutral land to run the country, District of Columbia. No, actually, the District of Columbia is built on land that was the Lenape Indians. You know what I mean? That was their reservation. And plus that's an independent way of it's not linked to no state or no principality. It's an independent district. There's a lot of people in the chat that's from the District of Columbia. 310 Man Roof is from the District of Columbia. See logic, Kamala Harris was never the border czar. Smash that light. No, Kamala Harris was the vice president, dude. I ain't heard nobody say that word side. Right. Have you ever picked up a book or a newspaper? Stop getting all your information from TikTok, man. Stop getting all your information from TikTok. You're gonna have to do some research now, data and analytics. That is crazy. You said Trump is your Lord and Savior. What would Jesus Christ say? He probably. I mean, that's crazy. But I know you just uh rage baiting. Vice President Harris was in charge of Central America, not the U.S. Mexico border. Look it up. Well, Trump has freed a lot of wrongfully imprisoned people. Kamala was a prosecutor. That was her job to lock people up, right? A prosecutor's job is not to help you go free; it's to help whatever jurisdiction convict you of the law you broke, right? So why wouldn't people get locked up if she was a prosecutor? That's what prosecutors do, right? Wasn't she supposed to do her job? I don't understand it. And Trump freed a bunch of people that possibly tried to flip the government. So come on, man. Yeah, that's why right there. Who cares what Joe Biden said? Eric Trump is the president now. Joe Biden is taking his meds somewhere, chilling, drinking Drambuie. Come on now. Baltazar Harris took a blind eye. Why do y'all hate Kamala Harris? Like, exactly. Trump has a pardon czar, that black lady. And she also had did time. Trump has a pardon czar that did federal time for scamming. What's her name? I did a documentary on her. Right, Sassy Mo. No. Willie Brown ain't got no motherfucking moves to get her no vice president candidacy. You talking about she passed the bond up. But guess what? She passed Willie too. Willie stayed a regional powerhouse. Kamala Harris went goddamn gone global with it. So stop trying to make her success to people that aren't more successful than her. It don't make sense. You're attributing her success to somebody that didn't even make it outside of local government, dude. Stop it, man. Y'all do anything to take away somebody's shine. That's the y'all Debbie Downers, man. Jimmy says Trump ain't gonna be Jesus. What's good, Jimmy? What's good with hey shit? Donald Trump a bad man, so what? January 6th. Why you say it was a setup, Godfather? Seemed like a money mission. He was a powerhouse in whatever jurisdiction he was in, and that's California. Kamala Harris was a powerhouse in the United States with geopolitics, dude. Can't you see? You know what? I'm not gonna argue with you because for some rare reason you may be misogynistic. Who the hell is Ashley Babbitt? Shit. Well, guess what? Nah, she won a dog catcher. She was a vice president. Steve, what's up with you? Yeah, bring back Obama. Jimmy says if January 6th was a big setup, then Trump was the president. Then who set it up? Because it sure as hell went being a Democrat Party trying to start the certification. Shit, Logic, you talking stupid. She still got some fight in her. She might, you know what I mean? He in Canada lunching out. Boy, stop talking about black this and black that. You know you ain't got nothing. You don't stand on nothing. If you, when you see a black man talking politics, and the first thing you come in is do some black and white shit. I'm an American family. When we talk about what America got going on, I'm pretty sure I can think of a lot of shit that these Europeans or whoever has held back or did to the black man. But right now, I'm speaking with all my Americans. You know, take yourself off those labels off of you. Trump, the real doo doo. Why would she? Because they the same thing, Democrats and Republicans. They got to make it look good for TV. They knew that Trump was coming in because there's a certain edict and doctrine that the United States is trying to push. So whoever wins that roll of dice, they get to be the head, the mouthpiece for whoever to push that doctrine. I'm gonna let you get on the church then, Morano Valley. You know what Donald Trump will say about right now. You're fired. I'm gonna let you get to church, man. Lord, 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 Lord. Right, Jimmy. You are so right. I ain't never heard that one. Most black kids damn near non-speaking. If you leave it up to white people, they say we speak Ebonics and Jab talk. So what? You know what I mean? And you know what? You put black kids around somebody that don't speak English, whatever language that person is speaking, black people to end up bilingual. Because we catch on quick and we like different shit. You feel me? That's why all of us be like K Paso and oh my god, I just mio and all that shit because it's in us. You know what I mean? That's why it's 50% of the Latinos are just black people that speak Spanish. What are you talking about? They put black kids in slow classes with no books and underpaid teachers to make them that fall back and don't underpaid schools. That's what they do to slow black kids down easy. They ain't got to put no uh people that don't speak English because that don't make sense. They're not the ones they learning from, dummy. How does that make sense? Kids in classrooms that don't speak English because they're not learning from them. They learning from the teacher, dummy. That did not make sense, easy. Look at this shit, y'all. The dude said Democrats stuff non-English speaking kids in black classrooms specific to slow black education. How is that slowing the education down? They're not teaching the class. It's slowing them down, dummy, because they're not able to follow it if they don't speak English. Wow. No, Sassy, look at this shit. This dude said Democrats stuff non-English speaking kids in black classrooms specifically slow down black education. How is that going to slow our education down? They don't even know what we're talking about. It's the teacher. If you could have said they put non-speaking English speaking teachers in the classroom, then it would have made a difference. But because y'all and y'all motherfucking ways to explain a motherfucker holding another motherfucker back so they can be lit. That's crazy. That's the way that they got lit by holding everybody else back, and not just black people. Everybody on the planet. They hold them back and they tell them worship white Jesus. It is what it is. Smash that like that shit. It's crazy, man. The justification, you know what I mean? But you know what? She is right. You do wash collard greens, dummy. When they come from out the field, you wash them, but they call blanching them. For real, you do soak them in some water. Maybe she didn't know what was going on. She probably seen it, but what does that care? All black people don't cook collard greens and eat collard greens, dude. So what is that? That sounds like some racist shit right there, Space Dust. But you don't wash your collard greens, you don't wash your grapes, you don't wash your oranges, your apples off when you get them from the supermarket. That's why you probably keep a bunch of colds and fever blisters on your lip and all that stuff because you washed all that shit. But you know what's so crazy? Once again, I'm gonna say this: I have seen collard greens washed off in a tub because I don't know how y'all cook collard greens. Y'all probably use glory greens out the can. But when you go get them bushels, them big garbage bags full, sometimes that's the only place that you can blanch your collard greens. Will clean them. You know what I mean? When you is in the tub. See, we dealt in garbage bags full of them. The big pots cooking them greens, family. Yeah, but dude, ain't make sense. That said they put um non-speaking English people in black classes to slow the class down. Wow. Shit, come to find out white folks doing more fighting and stealing in school than black kids. Look at that white lady in Minnesota. They putting all that shit on Somalians, but the white lady just got 41 years stealing all that money. She was the head of all that shit with the Somalians. Oh, what's her name? Amy Bach. Amy Bach got 41 of them things, all her ass up, stealing. You come here talking about black kids fighting and stealing. Well, matter of fact, if y'all fed the black kids, they wouldn't snatch the dishes out your kitchen. Of course, a hungry man is an angry man. And then if you want so pussy, you know what I mean, you can fight for when he take it from you. If they steal it and all that, if you learn how to fight, you can fight for it when they steal it from you. You can catch them and say, "Let's fight for it." I'm pretty sure they'll probably be game for that too. Yeah, I'm in the South. I'm on the East Coast, family. I'm up the street from one of the largest naval bases on the planet, man. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the capital of the South, the New South. Yeah, them belly full, but they hungry, huh? Damn sure ain't from Minnesota. Smash that light. Hey, hey, give me a guess. Where you think I'm from? Bob Marley was another puppet. He sold out too. Smash that light. Oh, you out in Alabama? Okay, okay. White folks grew up in single parent homes too. It's just more cooler to blame it on black people. And also, they grew up because their daddies was too busy up the street with their goomba or their guma or their side chick. You know what I mean? And we grew up with our daddies in the house just when the social worker can't knock on the door he won't. Understand that. You know what I mean? We grew up, our daddies was there. Y'all dumb motherfuckers ain't nobody been hiding in the attic or under the bed while y'all was trying to find out how your single black mother ass managed to buy a toaster, a television, and a refrigerator. All the common amenities that they was telling you in the 70s that we can't give you any assistance if you got stuff like that. Because if you can buy that shit, you can pay for food. And really, they were stifling us. And you'll come in here and say, at the black, but man, what an empty motherfucking piss jar you are. You know what I mean? We get it, white man. Terrible black man is great, terrible, but shit, you don't want to talk politics. You just want to hate the white man for money. Huh? I don't hate white men, dude. I'm speaking facts when I speak on the black and white agenda. That shit don't engulf me though. I hate to talk about it because that's what it all boils down to. Somebody will come in here and say some old shit because they ain't got nothing else to say about what's going on today. I was responding to the nigga that said the black people are stealing or some shit. You know what I mean? No, you explaining too much, easy. Too much explaining, dog. Yeah, you must have just got in here, eh? We don't go white and black. We may be discuss the white and black problem because it's the elephant in the room, but it's American over here, family. Is that a statement you making, Spicy Scorpio, or are you asking the question? No amount of apology can ever undo what black liberal women did to shopping buffet. You always come in and say that, dude. You know what? You out. I'm telling you, you got to be a bot. You're fired, fam. You ain't adding nothing to it. You ain't adding nothing to it, my G. You out. What's going on, Nicole? Welcome back. It's 40 of y'all in here, man. Double tap that stream, man. Like when somebody come in with the racial shit, I'll entertain it because you know what I mean. But that shows you where they at because right now race ain't even a factor. When the last time you heard any racial violence? It's more political violence popping off. You know what I mean, than racial violence. Okay, salute, Spicy Scorpio. Thank you for that respect. Cause I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I wear my sunshades. Go back through all my content. It speaks of being continuous and sticking to the plan. It's very few live streams where you see where I'm not pumping my Versace's and you'll see me outside with them on. You know what I mean? It's showing consistency. You feel me? Allow us in a subtle way. If I can put these sunshades on every day, I can do 50 push-ups every day. I can do, you know what I mean? It's all about, you know what I mean? Being consistent. No, that's what you're getting out of it, Shane. Matter of fact, go back and listen to my shit, man, and hype it up too, and smash that like, Shane Leslie. My whole show is about Americans. I could give a shit about if you're white or black because the white man and the black man across you both. It just depends on how big their ass is and how much money is at stake. Your ass is gone. So don't come to me with that white man, black man shit. I mean, that's something that you got to deal with, Shane Leslie. Don't mess with me. The political violence is large part of motivated by racial violence. No, because it's not racial violence. The political violence that's being committed is white on white. Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk at a predominantly white college, at a predominantly white debate in a predominantly white city. Okay, um, Luigi Mangione killed that dude in a predominantly white area in a fancy part of town. Okay, white on white. Okay, let's see who else. Is there anybody else? Tyler Robinson. It's a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? It has been an uptick on political violence, white on white political violence to be exact. Complicity media. I agree. Tom, what's going on? But what can we do as Americans? Stop, I mean, gerrymandering. Can I tell you something? The first time I heard that gerrymander somewhere in my lifetime, just offhandedly, but the first time I heard it and was getting the understanding on it was when they was doing the shit in Texas. When it wasn't that part of gerrymandering when they said they was leaving the state so they didn't have to vote. Trump and his oligarchy of friends are not here to help anyone but themselves. It's going to take years to fix this mess. Things have to. Yep, it's going to take years, and they're going to benefit it for years. Because look at this shit. They got oh Elon Musk. The reason they was saying that he was going to be a trillionaire because they just launched that SpaceX just launched that fucking rocket. thing yesterday, and that shit gonna bring back so many crazy resources that you know what I mean. Shit that don't come from this planet. Imagine gold from this and that. Imagine how much it's gonna be worth if it's from an asteroid. How much a diamond? You know these lab diamonds is worth a little something. Imagine how much a diamond. I mean, on a uptick of things gonna be worth that's from outer space. I was not saying black people were politically violent. I was saying the right motivated by racism to commit. Nope. Now it's about money. Yeah. If you ain't one of the boys at the temple of Moloch, it's not gonna help you. Smash that like y'all. Share me out. Right. I agree with that complexity media, but it's so much more that we need to claim as just 100% Americans as a whole together that we need to be claiming. Because when we box ourselves in, they can X each one of our wants and needs out individually. But when we come as, you know what I mean, one as Americans, they're going to have to, you know what I mean? No, this ain't what the black Americans ain't want. This ain't what the white Americans want. This ain't what the gay Americans want. This is what the Americans want. You understand? You know what's so crazy, A? Since I'm a big YouTuber, it should be different. You should want to send me something. I got the Cash App posted too. I'm trying to fan fund the e-bike, y'all. Somebody put $1 on the e-bike. I got thousands of people coming through here daily. Y'all, I can't get $1 on 15 cents. I got my Cash App posted. Nightbot keep posting it. Somebody put $1 on it. I done um check the e-bike from they go from 1,000. I'm gonna put it at 1,000. I only need probably about 6 or 7, but 1,000 to go ahead and get it out of the way for the taxes and all that. But I'm trying to fan fund the e-bike. Don't y'all care about my health? Let's do it, man. $1 ain't gonna touch you. It's thousands of people come through here every day and do their one tools. Yeah, that's the first time I heard of it, Sassimo. That gerrymandering shit. Yep, ain't none of us in that club. Man, all politicians ruined it, Sean. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, I know you just came in here. I go live all the time at the waterfront, different spots. Hey, yo, if y'all go through my lives, I went live one night riding one of them e-bikes that you use your credit card and ride. I rode from my downtown area to my crib. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the e-bike. I'm gonna get, you know what I mean. It's gonna be interactive because the summertime coming, and I live in a beautiful city. You know, maybe pick a place, get it fan funded. You know what I mean? Lunch on the fans, and also the bike. You know what I mean? If you really support me, why not just have a conversation, make it an experience, yo? But whether they support the e-bike or not, that's what I will be purchasing on my own. You know what I mean? Through my own funding, but it's, you know what I mean? And that's for sure, Sassy Mo. They got some motherfucking money like some their economy is better than some small countries. Texas also. Alaska too. They got a lot of resources there. I don't know if they are keying in on it, but they like the United States refrigerator. We got a lot of shit there that's on ice. What Scarface tell Omar Suarez when they were telling him to go ahead back and tell Frank what's up right before they hung his ass out the helicopter? I keep my eye on this guy. I keep in the ice. Ah! Smash that light. Who was here first, the United States or California? That should tell you something. Smash that light. But that's crazy about that Tulsi Gabbard. Damn. Everybody jumping ship. And you say she cut out. She didn't get resigned, right? I mean, she didn't get fired. That's crazy. And California was also independent by itself. California is named after a black Native American princess, California. Y'all, did y'all know that Mexico used to be part of Spain and France? France by way of Napoleon Bonaparte, one of his grandsons was somebody by the name of Maximilian. Right. California is its own country and it's ran by the goddamn La Emmy. The Mexican mafia run California. That's why I say that Gavin Newsom will make a good president because he used to telling lies about a whole lot of money. California is a dump. You say Gavin is a good man, Luigi. Shit, then know what? He don't need to be the president. We need bad men. Anybody that's a good man is not gonna be a good politician. Politicians are the most slimiest motherfuckers out there because they gotta lie in real time and the collateral damages are real people. Is that something that you're doing? A. Shit, they say Donald Trump couldn't manage trees. Look at him. He the president 2 times. Y'all call him a moron and say he dumb as fuck. So do you think I think Gavin Newsom a little bit more upbeat than Donald Trump? Hillary Clinton. She know how the executive office works. Anybody with experience. That we got to stop putting in interest-based people and maybe experience and who do that we really want to be in there. Because a lot of times it's interest-based. The only reason Donald Trump is the president is because the oligarchs made him president. No, because you said MAGA and you brought one of them hats. Them hats came from China. You know what I'm saying? So no, you supported China. So we got to start realizing that. No, but you got to know that a career politician is different from Donald Trump. Well, now he's a career politician because this is his second time taking a politician job. Yeah, now he is a career politician because now we ain't just he's just a failed businessman. And before this he was now before this he was the president before. You feel me? It's different. And the knowledge that he knows and how to implement executive orders and all that shit has changed. Right. They got to sit back and watch. They can wet their beak until they get caught. Smash that like y'all. Shut me out. All of them are puppet regimes. It just depends on who's in power at that point. Nah, he gonna fuck around and buy another president. But maybe he just started a party. What was this party? It was called the American Party, right? Shit, Trump ain't no outsider no more. This is second time being the president. Man, white people been gangsters, dude. Just ask the mafia, which nope, a lot of them say they're Italian or Sicilian. My granddaddy was kind of dark, but I mean, white people been gangsters. Ask the Puritans, ask the Pilgrims. You think that shit they did on motherfucking Thanksgiving was a cakewalk? Come on, man. Yeah, he'll do better, more mastermind in America because he already got a bad name. What's going on, peace? What's going on in the UK? You think Tommy Robinson gonna run for a government spot in UK? Yeah, the KKK been gangsters, and then again they been your pastor, they been your librarian, your sharecropper, the dude that own all the land, the sheriff, high school football player on the local team. You know what I mean, KKK. Smash that like. Peace. What part of the world you in? You in Scotland, right? Or Ireland? Scott and Irish. Scott and Germans. Okay. As everybody in England, heritage is German. The King of England, his heritage is in Germany. They changed their name to Windsor. Their name used to be Gotha. Hey, but look, y'all. Sassy Mo lunching out. Steve, Tom Connell, everybody that came through. We about to wrap this up. Hey, Jimmy, all y'all, make sure Luigi, make sure y'all get over there and turn that notification on. We about to wrap this up. I'll be back in the fruit, man. Thanks for coming through.